Hello, good morning, and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Klenam Radio, Bato, Gaskia FM, Techiman, and Radio Wa, Get Radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, in our series on dialysis crisis, mother of 16-year-old girl who died some days after she was featured on Joy News pleading for support with her treatment, appeals to government to make dialysis affordable and accessible to all.
Every week, I was paying more than 1,000 Ghana cedis on dialysis and her medication. I'm on my knees, begging government to intervene.
We'll also bring you the inspiring story of Jocelyn Yaokoma, a resilient breast cancer survivor who's using her story to encourage other cancer patients.
At a point, I was depressed. I gave up on myself. I locked myself in the room. I refused to go out.
More as the world commemorates Breast Cancer Awareness Month this October. In business, World Bank warns inflation could go up by a significant margin in Ghana by end of this year, higher than the 54.1% recorded in 2022. And later in the bulletin, 7 private schools talk tough as they get special invitation into the National Science and Maths Quiz competition.
Even with the fear, we were able to overcome. How about without the fear? No, you don't find them as threats.
Expect from us a showdown one. We will give everybody a mind-blowing competition.
Well, we are glad that you've joined us, your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. I am Hannah Odami with the details. Mother of the 16-year-old girl who died some days after she was featured in our dialysis crisis series, pleading for support with her treatment, is now appealing to government to make dialysis affordable to all. The deceased mother, Ruth Ofori, says she still owes a lot of people, although her daughter is now dead. Before we hear from her, let's recap the interview that Richard Kojonyako had with Priscilla some days before her death.
The doctors told me I have to be on a machine, and I have to be on that machine either twice or thrice a week. My mom and dad do not have money either. We have become miserable. I am appealing to the government to help me live through this. Otherwise, I may die.
Well, Priscilla could not live through it. She didn't get the needed help and she died. Her mother, Ruth Ofori, is asking government to make dialysis affordable and accessible to all.
I have to let the government know people like me who do not have the financial strength are suffering. Every week, I was paying more than 1,000 Ghana cedis on dialysis and her medication. I'm on my knees, begging government to intervene and subsidize the cost of dialysis so that people like me can pay.
Headmaster of the Mampong Catholic A Basic School, where the deceased was a student, Francis Ampon, says her death is a big blow to the school.
She was very good in academics. The subject that she liked very much is science and mathematics. She also participates in sporting activities in the school, and she is friendly. She is punctual, respectful, and very calm. So it is a blow to Mampong Catholic A and the entire teachers.
Well, at 5 p.m. today, we have the Joy News Thought Leadership event on the dialysis crisis. We have assembled all the major stakeholders for the big conversation, which will be live on the Joy News channel as well as on your superstation Joy 99.7 FM. We stay on health, this time on Jocelyn Yaokoma, a resilient breast cancer survivor who grappled with depression during her chemotherapy journey. It was the unwavering love and support of her children that became her beacon of strength, inspiring her not to only persevere, but also to extend a helping hand to others in similar situation. Today, Jocelyn has founded the Sunflower Breast Cancer Support Group, where she uses her own story to uplift and empower fellow fighters.
The changes I had was just like I had aged like 20 years my age. My whole hair was gone. At a point I was depressed. I gave up on myself. I locked myself in the room. I refused to go out. And I just heard this voice that was like, so even if you die, why lock up yourself in the room and leave your kids out there? If it's 1 hour, why won't you have that moment with them so that they can cherish that moment? Back in Kolebo, every Tuesday and then Thursday, I go to the surgical chemo unit and I share my story to encourage them that I've been through it. They should look at the transformation before and after, and that there is hope.
You heard there Jocelyn Yaokoma sharing her survival story with Enimwa Enim Ado on Strong and Sassy. We move on, and the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEO, says it has surprised political parties that sued the Electoral Commission over the limited registration exercise subtly endorsed the Commission's conduct of the just-ended exercise. A number of opposition parties, including the National Democratic Congress, sued the AC, claiming the Commission's refusal to decentralize the process will disenfranchise eligible voters. Speaking to Joy News, Deputy EC Chair in charge of Electoral Services, Dr. Sribo Kweku, said, contrary to earlier agitations, the parties were rather left impressed at how the Commission exceeded its voters' registration target.
We will see, and I mean, for now, when we met the parties and the rest, nobody complained.
Today?
Yes.
In the IPAC meeting?
Yes.
None of the parties complained?
None. Those who
but the parties that were in IPAC, even without the NDC, some of them said what?
Some are already in the court. But
yes,
when we met, to me, and I could call a lot of I wouldn't be mentioning their names. They all agree that a good job has been done.
Well, the national coordinator of CODEO, Albert Ahin, says he was shocked the political parties present failed to vent their frustrations, considering the challenges that fraught the process.
And I was amazed that, with all these problems that they had, and at a point in time, they were even buying food and giving them transportation, because sometimes the people get to these registration centers, they are not able to register, and they have to sleep and come back the following day. So they were bearing all these costs. And I was amazed that nobody was able to say anything about this, and rather acquiesced that, this thing went on well, and when Mr. Kweku was talking, they were sitting there, and I was surprised.
Moving on, the minority in Parliament has filed a motion for a bipartisan parliamentary inquiry into the award of a contract of Frontiers Healthcare Services Limited for coronavirus testing at the Kotoka International Airport by government. This follows the RTI Commission's imposition of a 200,000 fine on the Ghana Airport Company Limited for its failure to release information requested by Joy News last year. Speaking to Raymond Akwa on Upfront, ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, who revealed this, explained the Frontiers appears to be engaged in a lot more rot at the airports.
Ghana Airport Company Limited belongs to all of us. And see how you are conducting yourself. Going to the end of the world to prevent information from being made available to the people.
On that matter, can you take up in Parliament?
Yes, I can confirm to you that we have filed a motion. We are asking for a full-scale inquiry, a parliamentary probe, because look, too much money that has gone into wrong pocket, and the lessons must be learned. There has to be reforms, and people must be punished.
You heard the ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa. In 2018, they caused the sun to set on the Aketeches of Opokuwari School, defeating them to qualify to the 1/8 stage of the National Science and Maths Quiz competition. Sunrise Christian Senior High School is back into the competition with 6 other private schools, while Emmanuel Bright Kweku has been interacting with some of the contestants who promised to cause greater upsets this year.
Sunrise, ethanoic acid, exhibits the same molar unit in the vapor phase as in an aqueous phase.
False.
It's false.
Over the years, the whole Bay School has proven their worth in the competition after toppling the likes of Holy Child School and Kumasi High School in 2021. This year's contestants could be no different as they promise a mind-blowing showdown.
For this competition, we are taking each competition one after the other. And for our first competition, we expect from us a showdown one. We will give everybody a mind-blowing competition.
We work for excellence.
Having traveled all the way from the Upper West region, Louis Rutten and Region Troppen are ready to make history.
We are going to be meeting Wesley girls in your category. How do you see that?
And Emmanuel Bright Quick will be bringing us more from the camp of the NSMQ on all our platforms. But that's it for the news at 6 this morning with me, Hannah Odami. You can find more stories on myjoyonline.com. Have a great morning.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Bobo, so how be your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that. Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies DA improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Behind every door lies a world of opportunities.
And with Absa's flexible loans, you hold the master key to open all the doors to your dreams.
Doors to a new horizon and everything you could ever dream of. At Absa, we help you open the doors to all your dreams. Whether you want to buy a home, a plot of land, or finance your personal projects, our flexible personal loans, mortgage, and credit cards can make it happen. Visit absa.com.gh to discover how to get things done. That's Africanacity. That's Absa. Terms and conditions apply.
This October, experience Germany right here in Ghana. The Embassy of the Federal Republic of Germany in Ghana, the Delegation of German Industry and Commerce in Ghana, and many other German institutions and companies active in Ghana are organizing the German Days 2023 celebrations from the 3rd of October to the 30th of October 2023. From the German National Day to fun-filled activities like Oktoberfest, tree planting, bicycle tours, football tournaments, tennis tournaments, German European business cocktails, and German burger networking, among others. There is something for everyone to participate in and enjoy. Main sponsors: Allianz Company Ghana Limited, Brussels Airlines, and Robert Bosch Ghana Limited. Gold sponsors: Aka Kappa Limited, Lip Hair Ghana Limited, Ijot Fixing Solutions, Germany Trade and Invest, Evonik Africa, B. Braun Medical Ghana West Africa Office, Universal Motors, Wafa Logistics and Consultancy Limited, ThyssenKrupp Policius, Consolidated Shipping, Atlantic Life Sciences Limited, and Labadi Beach Hotel. For more information, call 0242 438 760.
No matter your water needs, Syntex has it all. Syntex Tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Syntex Tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Syntex Tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project, or demand, choose Syntex Tank. Syntex Tank, stress-free. Syntex Tank, reliable. Syntex Tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit syntexgh.com. Syntex Tank, a year strong, a year tough.
Kwame! Yes, ma.
Inswane beto, shana chisho bola ni kogu gartenim na inswane mfanenko. Wate?
Yo, matema. Aji, mawo, obimro.
Awo, kwame. Yeah, amafwe, me bane pro.
Wa she, sister super wate. Je zoom lion bola konko nubi. Nama zoom lion fa bola no. Never star 857 hash. Tia bola neka.
Hi, my name is Yao Ichampmoje, Marketing and Communications Manager for Apollonia City. Apollonia City is organizing a special open day on Saturday, the 28th of October 2023, and would like to invite you to come explore the futuristic city that is Apollonia City. In today's tricky market, there are very few avenues to invest that make sense. That's why many have seen the light and are moving towards real estate. Come join us explore the future together. We will be discussing interesting topics like building in a gated community, property rights according to Ghana's legal system, and so much more. The date is Saturday, 28th October at 10 a.m. Venue is Apollonia City. Buses will leave the Accra Mall at 9 a.m. For enquiries, call Apollonia City on 0275 577 577. See you there.
Nana Ohami.
Hey.
So, do you remember all the way back in 2016 or so, the president, who at the time was a candidate, said that the era of single sourcing procurement will come to an end if he wins power?
Has it happened?
Do you remember that? Oh, these days they are even single sourcing curtains, cry, they are single sourcing.
Curtains?
You be there.
Did you say the curtains?
I wish I was joking.
Oh, whoa.
Of all
Even
institutions,
that?
Yes, of all institutions, GRA
No
is being
way.
accused of that.
No.
Yeah. But that's not the only thing we're talking about today. Look, just about 6 hours after we all heard her voice, calling, crying for some financial assistance to continue her dialysis.
Yeah, Priscilla.
News came in, Priscilla's dead. She died on Sunday. In fact, she died 2 days after
the interview. Very sad. And she is one voice that we got to interview. There are others.
Yes, in that same time frame, others have died.
That we never know of.
And others will die.
Yeah, until
Because
help comes in.
It is impossible for any average Ghanaian to afford dialysis. It's impossible.
I mean, I'm so sure that the thought leadership topic today will delve into this, because there should be a solution somewhere, somehow. This is the working force, and there should be a solution.
Absolutely. So we're getting into that. We're getting into that conversation today, and you definitely don't want to miss it. Okay? All right. Well, I guess it's time for us to kick things into gear. Yeah? And we'll do that by first saying a very big thank you to those who brought us, forgive me, the 6 a.m. news. I'm talking about Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things, forgive me, hey, to get things done. Thank you, Sabute. Sabute has been looking for a chance to hit me on the back for a long time. Today I've brought myself. All right, well, for the Joy Business Report, we give our thanks to Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life. And Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching the world.
It's time for the Joy Business Report. Coming up, World Bank warns inflation could go up by significant margin in Ghana by end of this year, higher than the 54.1% recorded in the year 2022. Also, visiting IMF team wraps up Ghana's program review and Article 4 consultation, as they are strong indication the country will pass the test for the release of $600 million. And some oil marketing companies adjust prices at the pumps, with petrol going for 13 cedis, 49 pesos, and diesel 13 cedis, 95 pesos. Details of these and more with me, Hannah Odami. We start with the World Bank warning that inflation in Ghana and 3 other African countries could go up by some significant margin by end of year. The bank, in its Africa Pulse report, says inflation will go up by some 10% from what was recorded in the year 2022. Ghana ended last year with an inflation rate of about 54.1%. The projection is therefore sending some worrying signals for the country. This is despite the fact that inflation rate has started declining to hit 40.1% in the month of August 2023. Meanwhile, the World Bank's chief economist for Africa, Andrew Debelin, says the inflation and growth overlook is not good for the region.
Economic activity in Africa continues to be subdued. Growth this year will be 2.5%. Compared to 3.6% last year. So that has declined. Now, but if you think about the reason why that is the case is because a lot of large economies in Africa are underperforming. We still have lots of conflict and violence that has actually ratcheted up. And finally, we also have this global economy that continues to hang over the continent's recovery. Now, 2.5 is low, but it's still positive. However, if you basically account for population growth, which is also around 2.5, effectively that means GDP per capita growth in Africa has been 0 this year. So in a way, the continent has lost an entire decade.
You heard there Andrew Debelin, his chief economist Africa at the World Bank, speaking from Washington, D.C. in USA. A visiting IMF team is wrapping up its Ghana's program review and the Article 4 consultations this week. This was after it began the exercise in the country within the last 2 weeks. George Rafe has more in this report.
The visit by the IMF is not only about tracking Ghana's first review under the IMF program, but also to undertake what is called Article 4 consultation. This is more of an assessment of Ghana's economy as well as future threats. Now, on the IMF program, Joy Business is learning that Ghana has passed most of the targets set under the program. One can talk about the qualitative and the quantitative targets. We also understand that the June and the September ending fiscal targets have been met by government. However, there are some issues with the energy sector restructuring when it comes to payments of arrears and some reforms that should be undertaken by government. But sources say this might not be that significant enough to affect government chances of passing this review. The team is expected to end the exercise possibly today with a release or some media engagement. From here, the IMF team is expected to put together its report and forward it to the IMF board for consideration. If the IMF board passes the staff report, it will then go ahead to approve some $600 million to be disbursed to Ghana before the end of November 2023. Well, we'll all be waiting for this final report that the visiting IMF staff team will put together about Ghana, as well as the assessment of the current state of the economy.
That was a Business Desk report. Ghana dropped in 5 of the thematic categories of the Stanbic Bank Africa Trade Barometer ATB. They include business confidence, infrastructure obstacles, access to credit, and ease of trade. The nation, however, moved up in the trade category. That's more.
Ghana's overall macroeconomic conditions, according to the barometer, are average relative to the other countries. As such, the country's macroeconomic conditions have a moderate impact on its overall tradability attractiveness. On the other hand, relatively high interest rates and inflation, particularly in the last year, have had a negative impact on Ghana's overall tradability attractiveness. On business confidence, the barometer said it is low relative to the other 9 markets. Only 25% of surveyed businesses feel optimistic about the Ghanaian economy in the medium term. Similarly, barriers such as infrastructure challenges, political instability and conflict, high tariffs, and complex customs procedures have negatively impacted the perception of Ghanaian businesses with regards to the ease of trading with the rest of Africa. On quality of infrastructure, the survey showed that Ghana improved relative to the other 9 markets.
You heard there a business desk report. Meanwhile, head of business and commercial clients at Stanbic, Farihan Al-Hassan, highlighted the importance of the report to the trading community.
For me, it's just around what happens in other countries. So it's not just about what happens in Ghana alone. The report typically talks about what happens in the 10 most important countries. That's how we target in Africa: Uganda, Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, Angola, Ghana, and some other countries. And for me, it's just to find a way of relating what happens there to what happens in Ghana and see how you could take opportunities in those countries. The purpose, as I indicated, is just to ensure that we increase our intra-Africa trade. So if you are selling poultry products to the USA, to Germany, this report tells you that there's another big market in Uganda or in Kenya that you can take advantage of. And perhaps it's just worth exploring those markets to see whether they would offer you competitive trading terms or not.
To some other stories, some oil marketing companies have adjusted prices at the pumps. The review Joy Business is learning was carried out from Tuesday by some of these oil marketing companies. Shell is selling a litre of petrol at 13 cedis 49 per Swiss. Diesel, on the other hand, is going for 13 cedis 95 per Swiss. Star Oil, another major player in the industry, is selling a litre of petrol at 11 cedis 99 per Swiss, while diesel is going for 13 cedis 39 per Swiss. However, some other major oil marketing firms are still yet to adjust prices at pumps almost 5 days after the October 2, 2023 deadline. Some of the firms have told Joy Business they are still monitoring the markets before they review their prices. Now, the Ghana Institution of Engineering has reiterated its commitment to promote and advance the training and practice of engineering for social good. President of the institution, Engineer Kwabena Bempong, said his outfit is seeking to partner other organizations to help create opportunities in traditional areas. He spoke to Joy Business at the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the Ghana Institution of Engineering and the Paramount Chief of the Asin traditional area, Nana Pra Ejesam VI.
Yeah, you know, all these things I've been going around thinking. I went to Dubai and looked at their innovation hub. My goodness. So this is something that we can also do. And these are the seeds that we are sowing. It might probably outlive us, I don't know, but Nana always reminds me that, look, he's an old man. He wants to ensure that he sees it. Once we can tap into this resource, we can end up also developing something that we can look back many years from today.
Now, as part of this year's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, some stakeholders in the ecosystem are calling for more programs on cyber threats. According to the Executive Director of SLAM Foundation, Francisca Boateng, this is necessary to consolidate government's quest to curb cyber-related crimes. She spoke to Joy Business after a 3-day training on cybersecurity.
So the main focus is to bridge the gap, help people that normally will not be able to afford the training. So our goal is to bring people in from all diverse communities, especially the underprivileged, to take these courses because, as Duan said in her presentation, there's a skills gap of 4 million people when it comes to cybersecurity. So our goal is to help bridge this gap, get people into cyber.
You heard Francisca Boateng, she's Chief Executive for SLAM's Foundation. On today's edition of Investor Eye, we tell you how some people can use pyramid schemes to deceive investors and take their monies. Emmanuel Mensah Appiah is the Director in charge of Risk Management Department at the Securities and Exchange Commission, and he speaks on the form a pyramid scheme could be used to scam unsuspecting investors.
With the pyramid, they ask the investors themselves to go out and scout for more people to come into the investment. So you bring 5 people, I bring 5 people. If 20 of us bring 5 people, they have 100 new people in their system to scout.
to commodities where crude oil dropped by $4 and selling at $86 a barrel. Gold is trading at $1,827 an ounce after going up by $6. Cocoa increased by $3 to open trading at $3,431 a ton. On the currency market, the cedi lost some ground to the US dollar, going for 11 cedis, 72 pesos on the forex or retail market. It, however, gained on the pound to sell at 14 cedis. It is trading at 12 cedis, 30 pesos to the euro. And with that, we end the Joy Business Report with me, Hannah Odame. But you will find all these stories and more on myjoyonline.com/business. Kojo?
Yes, thank you, Dana Ohami. And Hannah returns at 10 with more headlines. Right now, though, it's just you and me and the entire Super Morning Show team, so we can kick back and enjoy an inspirational song. This one brought to us, of course, by Duraplast Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC and HDPE pipes, as well as water tank. Where Duraplast goes, water flows. Okay, we got something from Joyful Way Incorporated. Yes, one of my favorite gospel collectives. And they call this one Higher Praise. Enjoy.
Make a
Praise. Ray, how are you doing?
Oh well, I mean, to be fair, I couldn't sleep well last night.
Why?
This girl's issue, the young lady who died.
Priscilla.
Yes, Priscilla Santis issue. I don't know, but it torments me.
Yeah.
I actually feel we failed the girl in very varied ways that makes it very difficult for me to wrap my mind around it.
You're not alone. You're not alone. That sense of guilt is very hard to shake. Because we interviewed Priscilla on Friday. We played it back just yesterday. And within hours, we were told that she died on Sunday. You know, it's almost as if it was it was futile from the beginning. And her mother is left now with debt.
Can you believe
Incalculable debt. Well, I say incalculable. She's calculated it. It's 4,000 cedis that she has to pay before her child's body will be released to her. And that debt would have continued to rise if young Priscilla had not died. But I'm sure her mother would have preferred that. You know? There are things on my mind about this, but we'll get into it later. Let's get on with the show for now, starting with the Drive Safe campaign.
And our Drive Safe campaign brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota Superior Quality. So you know what to do. Avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible. Drive with your lights on at night, and that's how you drive safe.
Have you seen that TikTok video of the thing I was describing that I saw on my way home? The car that was against a shop building with it's like a one of these hatchbacks. So the boot is on the ground and the bonnet is in the air. How it got there, only God knows. It turns out it was a drunk driver, according to the TikTok videos. So please, 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 don't drive under the influence. I'm sorry. Whatever it is that you want to drink, it's better you drink it when you arrive at your destination. Okay.
Let's say it right now, and it's brought to you by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is our hallmark. Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
I've realized that there are certain words and expressions that don't quite mean what most people think they mean. Here's an example. What do you think the word noisome means? That's Noisome. Noisome. That's a good one. Any ideas? Let me use it in a sentence. The noisome garbage truck drove past my window. Now, here's a clue. Noisome does not mean noisy. You give up? Okay. Noisome actually means smelly. Huh, what? No? Oh, yes. It's an adjective stemming from the old French word annoyer, which means harmful, noxious, offensive to the senses. So there you go. Noisome, not noisy. Smelly, not loud. One shout, but was stink. And that's how you say it right.
Let's call the whole thing on.
All right. Well, listen, just before we get into the news review brought to us by Syntex Tank, Air Strong, Air Tough, and My Way, a simple life insurance by My Life and MTN Momo, dial star 165 hash on MTN to join My Way today. I said that I had a lot on my mind about young Priscilla, and I'll get into that later. But for those who might not be aware of what we're discussing, listen to this young girl whose interview we aired 6 hours before the news of her death came to us. Listen.
The doctors told me I have to be on a machine, and I have to be on that machine either twice or thrice a week. And my mom and dad do not have money either. I want the government to support me so I can live to fulfill my dream of becoming a nurse.
15 years old with kidney failure, chronic kidney failure, for which reason she needs at least 2 sessions of dialysis every week just to stay alive. Problem is, each session costs her family no less than 350 Ghana cedis, and her parents are both farmers in the central regional hinterlands. They travel almost 100 kilometers
to the regional hospital just to get this treatment. And that is if they can afford it. They had already racked up a debt of 4,000 Ghana cedis just to keep this girl alive. But unfortunately, she couldn't make it because they simply couldn't afford this treatment on an ongoing and consistent basis. Priscilla wanted to be a nurse. No such thing will happen now.
I mean, it's very painful, and me, I don't know her, so it's only the story that I can connect with. But seeing the video, and I mean, when I first saw the video, I was thinking, no, we should show to this young lady that this is not a useless state, and that we cannot fail her and many others. But especially for young people, we put their welfare first. That's what we have agreed in all our laws, in all our engagements, that we put the welfare of young people first. So if we cannot guarantee such a young person a decent or quality, and that's even different from the distance she has to travel, missing school 2 days in a week to be able to get this thing done. I know I was talking about the disparities and inequities in the distribution of dialysis centers across the country. That 65% of all of them are in the Greater Accra region alone. So she will go through all of this and still have to suffer and she understands that the parents cannot find money. That's even the painful part.
Yeah, she knows.
You see, there's a scar on this nation. The fact that you hear a young lady, a young girl, 15 years, pleading. She says, my parents don't have money. And so I am pleading with government to come to my aid. She doesn't end there. She continues to say, but I also want to be a nurse. And for me, this is how I take it. She's telling you how she wants to contribute to the development of this country. So help me stay alive so I can do that. But unfortunately, all of us, here the state Ghana disappoints this little girl because we could not afford to take care of her cost of dialysis. That is a big scar on this country. And look, we're having this conversation. It should never happen again that people will die because, young ones of this nature, because they cannot afford health care. That should not be the case. I heard you, Kojo, while I was home, talk about your condition and while you were in the UK, how they actually brought you a dietitian and everything. You were living in the UK as a Ghanaian. But the fact that you found yourself in that environment, they took care of you because you're a human being.
Precisely.
Okay? Everybody who finds himself here in this country, whether Ghanaian or not, should be taken care of very well so that person does not die. Look, what saddens me is that you go to our health facilities, have this conversation, and the indifference of people is what kills me. It's like, oh, people are bound to die anyway. That is not the situation. 15 years in line to be a nurse, dead because as a country we could not take care of her. 350 Ghana cedis. 350 Ghana cedis a week. For a session. That means 700 cedis a week.
Yeah.
That means 2,800 in a month.
Who can afford that?
Who can afford that when you're a farmer? But you see, the country, the state Ghana, can afford to do that for that little girl. The state Ghana can afford to do that for all those who cannot afford.
Yeah.
Let us not pretend. The whole essence, even in today's world of corporate social responsibility and everything, is that for institutions, for those of us who can afford, and we help those who cannot afford, so that together we can all live in this country. Let us not always think about ourselves only, and that's the end of it. I am very saddened this morning. I got to hear of it, yesterday when Samuel Dami sent, the plan to me, and I was like, how? As a parent, I couldn't believe it.
It's so sad. Look, let me give you a little bit of reality here, okay? This is what is happening to dialysis patients around the country. First of all, we all know from the statistical services that less than 20% of us earn 3,000 cedis and above per month, okay? And most of those people have families that they have to look after. So it's not like you have 3,000 cedis available to spend on dialysis. So in reality, 80% of us, we don't even earn enough to survive if we get kidney failure. The remaining 20%, it's a struggle for them too. So if you get this disease as a Ghanaian, chances are this is your reality. Every single day, you are making phone calls, trying to get someone to dash you money, just so you can live. It's like, have you watched the Squid Game?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like some sort of macabre game show where it is a race to raise funds just so that you stay alive. And if you don't hit your target, you are dead. That's their reality. In Cape Coast, it's cheap, 350 cedis.
Yeah.
At 37, it's 1,000 cedis per session. Per session. Meanwhile, we already have a solution. Winston pointed to it. We have a national health insurance scheme. Insurance.
How healthy is that?
What is well, how healthy is the national health insurance, as Sami says? But we have it. It's a scheme. It's there. It's insurance. And everybody pays. Everybody pays the premiums. So how is it that we are unable to step in and save those who need it at their time of need? How are we failing something that we have already set up a solution for? All right, let's grab the headlines really quickly.
Now, the Daily Graphic is reporting this morning that there is hope for kidney patients. Local producers are pledging infusions for dialysis. So they say they are willing to manufacture the infusions and fluids needed for dialysis to reduce the cost of treatment of renal failure and its complication, which is going to reduce it by up to 20%. That's what the local producers are saying. There's also a story about a high attrition rate poses danger to education. 10,000 teachers relocate to the UK this year. And GTech suspends accreditation of new programs for public universities.
Well, the Ghanaian Times for this morning says teacher exodus to UK looms, 10,000 certified to work abroad. That's according to the National Teaching Council. So you've talked about that same story as we mark World Teacher Day. We'll talk about that later on. And at the opening of CPC, Let's Promote Citizens' Interest, President charges Commonwealth parliamentarians and stalled Takrady PTC interchange causes inconvenience to motorists. It was one of the projects that government, really touted at a point, but it's stalled now and it's hurting. If you're on the secondary Takrady, I'm sure you understand this better. The last time I was there, it's terrible. Woman commits suicide over infidelity accusation. And back page, 224 on farm housing units inaugurated. 224 on farm housing unit, I beg your pardon, inaugurated at Kasunya, Asuchari, and in Kafua community in Cape Coast gets Youth Resource Center.
Now, the Business Finder has that story on education. There's also fintechs can do more to spur economic growth and add value to crops to stay competitive on the global market.
Now, the Daily Guide for this morning says MPs should represent citizens' interest. And Akufado Ken denies looting remarks, include dialysis on National Health Insurance scheme. WHO country rep. I mean, that's something that should have happened long ago. I don't know how come you have an insurance scheme that takes care of the not so complicated illness. The whole idea of an insurance scheme is that for those who can afford, all of us would come together, contribute, and those who need it the most would get to benefit. How on earth do you think that giving malaria drugs is the most important thing in this part of our world?
And even that one, they are not paying for them. They are not paying for them when the time is.
Atoforsen begs for settlement in 2.37 million euro case is also on the front page of the Daily Guide. And finally, the Chronicle says criminal gangs target Uber Bolt drivers, lures them to secluded places, kill and steal their cars.
Wow. All right. Well, let's go online. The online review is brought to us by Zenith Bank in Your Best Interest and Goyle Good Energy. Minority protest completely unnecessary. I won't resign. Bank of Ghana governor speaks. More stories of that nature on myjoyonline.com. But first,
what do you do when you run out of fuel in your vehicle? Do you just stop up anywhere? Well, don't do that. Let's introduce you to the Good Energy family and why you must be a part. Gold Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel SP are the best quality fuels with high performance in town for your vehicle. Gold Super XP Ron 95 is a high-grade fuel sold at same price as normal fuel, and Gold Diesel SP is low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. With over 440 stations across the nation, join the family that rewards you with quality for an energized driving experience. Goil Good Energy, Goil. Yeah, dear.
All right, I think we should do something. But first, let's take a quick break.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Want to feel energized for more? Fuel up with Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP high performance products from Goil. Our high grade fuel comes at no extra cost but with more power. And our Diesel XP, it's low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. Experience high performance and quality with our products. Available everywhere. Choose Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP for an energizing driving experience. Goil. Good energy.
My way insurance, send my way,
Hi, my name is Nanama McBrown, and I want to encourage you to dial *165# on MTN to join the My Way family. My Way provides you and a selected family member a cover against death. As a policy holder, you will also have a cover against total permanent disability and hospitalization should you be hospitalized for more than 2 nighs. Dial *165# and join the family. Sanya My Way. No way.
My Way is a product of My Life and MTN Momo. Terms and conditions apply.
The search for a distinctive university to attend is now over. I introduce you to Heritage Christian College, located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium, affiliated to KNUST and UCC, and accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission.
The university offers Bachelor of Business Administration programs with options in accounting with computing, marketing, accounting, human resource management, business information technology management, entrepreneurship and technology innovation, Bachelor of Science courses in information technology and information security, nursing, and a Bachelor of Theology. We offer student entrepreneurship training with financial support.
The entry qualifications include WASI, SSCE, GBCE, HND, and diploma in relevant fields. Mature entrants can also come if they are 25 years and above.
We also offer 12-month Master of Science programs in accounting and taxation, accounting and finance, and human resource management.
Contact us on 0547 777 731.
Heritage Christian College, a university educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
There's never been a better time to own a home. Republic Bank slashes interest rates on all its CD mortgage products. Yes, switch and sign on to any of our CD mortgages. Enjoy ultra low interest rates and pay less to live in your dream home. Coolé! Call 054 0109 649, 054 0109 901 or email myhome@republicghana.com. Offer is valid until 31st January 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy. All right. Now, first, let me apologize because we've got something very important we want to do, which means we're going to miss the 7 o'clock BBC bulletin, which is brought to us every morning by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. But I'm sure you'll be glad we did. Because, look, economist Professor Peter Quartey has criticized Ghana's procurement system. Okay, he says it's promoting corruption. All right. So according to Professor Quartey, the country's procurement system needs to be checked and reviewed so that we can get value for money and accountability of government expenditure. He was speaking to Joy Business and he said, look, he believes that the concerns of overspending can easily be dealt with if the procurement system is properly in place. Let's listen to the ISA economist.
Some of the expenditures that we see, they are not value for money spending. The procurement process itself, if you look at the cost of a particular procurement and you should go to the market to buy, the gap, the disparity is just too huge to justify such or warrant such an expenditure. I think our procurement processes are not helping us. We are encouraging or centralizing corruption. We are helping others to benefit, rent seekers to benefit from the system. Procurement has to be dealt with, and then as well as ensuring value for money spending in all the areas. Expenditure tracking itself is important, that you track from the point you release the funds up to the end beneficiary to see that yes, the money is trickling down to the intended people.
Right, that's Professor Peter Quartey, an economist and the director of the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research. He happens to be on the phone line right now, so we can dig a bit deeper into what he was referring to. Prof. Quartey, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Ojo, and good morning to all my good friends over there.
Yeah.
Good morning, Prof.
Yeah, Prof, you've got us all thinking. So, I help us understand, what exactly is wrong with our procurement system?
Yes, the simple point is that we have a fine procurement law, Procurement Act 2003, Act 663, and its accompanying regulations provides a good framework for us to procure goods, services, etc. Unfortunately, its application is not helping us to a large extent. You will find a simple comparison of things we procure using the processes. At times you're supposed to get 3 quotations. There are instances where you do limited tender and get suppliers to bid. But if you look at how much we pay eventually and compare, if you should walk to the market or you walk to the same supplier when you want to buy and compare the price, I tell you the disparity is just too wide. And I'm not even talking about politicians I'm speaking about technocrats, bureaucrats. Ourselves, we Ghanaians, this is what we are doing to ourselves. And I think it is time we extend our audit framework. Audit comes in, looks at whether you have followed the accounting processes, the financial regulations, and then clears it. But to what extent do we compare the price of the item with what is on the market? I think we need to take a step back and review this process.
So what you're saying is the problem is not the law, it's the implementation, right?
Exactly.
Okay, what would you say is the bigger negative consequence? Is it the lack of value for money or corruption?
It is both. It is both the lack of value for money, and of course that leads to corruption. If you speak, and I wish we could conduct a survey, speaking with people who have worked and engaged in the system, they will tell you that we are losing so much money through these processes, through corruption. It's not helping, I must say. It is just not helping. Yesterday, I was when you played, you heard the tape. A colleague called me and expressed the same sentiment that an item that went through procurement was costing 20,000 cedis. When he walked to the market, to the shop to inquire about the price. It was 5,000 cedis. And many people express the same sentiment. I mean, agree with the point that, look, we just over-centralizing the process. We are rather helping a few people, rent seekers, to benefit.
We're talking to Professor Peter Quartey. He's an economist with ISA, and he's made a rather important point about our procurement systems. Not the law, the system, which appears to be letting us down in the areas of value for money and accountability of government officers. Prof, how do we fix this? I mean, you point out how one leads to the other. The lack of value for money leads to corruption. So I suppose the idea is that we should be fixing the value for money problem first?
Exactly. And I think the auditors, the audit firms, the accountants, the auditor general, to go a step further. I mean, they're doing a good job. The auditor general's report points to some of these issues. But the problem goes beyond just following the processes, following the accounting processes or financial regulations. Compare the prices. We should do some audit. Expenditure tracking. When the funds are disbursed, let's track from where they are disbursed to the internal beneficiaries at every stage of the process. To what extent is this reflecting value for money? Apart from just ensuring that, yes, the regulations or the processes are complied with, let's do that comparison. Let's just a sample. And it will blow your mind what you will see. It is sickening, I must say. And I'm being tough this morning. It's very sickening that we break our back, raise money, and a few people, rent seekers, benefit from the system. We cannot continue this way. We cannot tax ourselves every day. When a few are benefiting and wrecking the system is bleeding. A few individuals are benefiting. Technocrats, bureaucrats. And these are Ghanaians. And we keep pointing fingers at everybody, pointing fingers at politicians, when within our own selves, we are hurting our economy. I think we should step up the game.
Prof, there are some who will argue that in every part of the world, government procurement costs more than private procurement. It just seems to be the way of things. Bureaucracy adds another layer of expense onto everything. I've watched a CNN story about how building a public place of convenience in a park cost about 3 or 4 times how much it would have cost physically if a private person was building it, just because it was government. Are there some aspects of government expenditure that we simply cannot save money on and should accept for what they are?
Yeah, when it comes to constructing, building, it's a public good, and there are processes you have to follow. When it comes to a private one, I believe sometimes we do not go through all the full processes. We also agree that the disparity is there, but not the extent to which we are seeing it. The disparity is just too huge. And what I'm talking about is not even about construction. It's about procurement of goods. It is goods and services, not even construction.
Right, we're talking to Professor Peter Quartey of ISA, and of course he's raising some red flags about our procurement systems and how they lead to a lack of value for money and to corruption. Prof, there are some who argue that government looks for opportunities to do procurement, even when they should be finding other solutions. We know not so long ago during COVID, the private sector built a hospital, several beds, and it cost them about 6 million to do so, compared to a project that was done by the government to build a hospital, which cost almost 10 times as much. Should government be getting out of the way so that the private sector can solve some of our problems and not always seek to use procurement to provide for what the public needs?
Yes, you are very much right. I mean, when it comes to construction, the disparity is wide. However, most of the problem is caused by lack of funding. In our public procurement, when it comes to construction, it sometimes goes project extension, project variation. Anytime you delay, prices change. Look at how inflation has been increasing in Ghana. Let's exchange rate variation. So the more you delay, the more you pay for variation. And this is what is accounting for this problem. It is not about giving it to the private sector. I think the solution will be ensuring that you have the money, you have the funds before you embark on. You are sure of the funds. You are certainly going to get it before you do short cutting, before you engage in any construction. But oftentimes when we are not too clear, at times we get part of the funding and then we do short cutting and start. Then the process is delayed. There are even instances where even land has not been procured properly. As soon as we start, then there's litigation. Then we have to fight all of that and pay compensation before we even start the actual project. A year is gone. So the delay is what caused, in my view, what caused some of this disparity. Apart from the fact that, yes, we see the difference between the private and the public when it comes to construction.
Right. Prof, let's assume your phone rings after this conversation and government says, Prof, advise us, we want to fix our procurement system. What should step one be?
Step one will be to go beyond the ordinary, the kind of auditing we are practicing. I think the auditors should go a step further. Once in a while, when they come to audit, sample a few and compare with the market and see whether we are getting value for money. It will take a lot of effort. Yes, I know auditing, they have auditing standards, things they are compliant, but these days auditing has moved on. Try and do value for money. Sample a few, check from the market, and be sure that we are paying the right price. Because I can tell you that sometimes, because we say we should get 3 limited tendering, so we get invoices from 3 sources, or we get 3 companies to bid. There has been instances where one person has registered 3 companies, and they bring 3 invoices. So you are dealing with the same person. So for me, we need to pick a few, sample a few, and do value for money audit. That's for me, be number one. Then when it comes to construction, the point about raising money, ensuring that the funds are ready, they're showing that if it's land is secured. All the necessary things are secure before you start the project, and ensure that you complete within time. If we are able to do that and do value for money audit, I can tell you that government will save a lot of money, and we don't always have to be raising taxes or increasing taxes, overburdening the same people.
Professor Peter Quartey, we thank you very much for joining us this morning. Of course, Prof. Quartey is an economist. He is...
My pleasure.
Yes, indeed. He's an economist and director of the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, raising very important points there about procurement and the loopholes that allow for its abuse.
This is the second time in 2 days since yesterday that I've heard somebody raise the matter of rent seeking. I think,
rent seekers.
Yeah, in all fairness, the educated people in this country, they are the ones who do the procurement for the avoidance of doubt. They are the ones who are supposed to protect our resources because we have already invested in them. And they are the ones who are supposed to help us grow and develop as a country. Every turn, they fail us. How we can turn something that's supposed to be for proper procurement and ensuring that we get all the value from a process. So the idea of asking a pool of people to bring in their tenders is that we choose the very best one or the most appropriate one, or we go through the right process to get things done, and we don't do it haphazardly, so that we will not lose at the end of the day. So if we end up losing at the end of the day, the entire process becomes useless. So why do we put together such a wonderful system working elsewhere, but when it comes to the Ghanaian, It's as if we are wired differently, and we end up turning around something that's supposed to be for the good of everybody to the benefit of a few in a way that is so despicable. And this is plain stealing. We like using nice words for it. It's just thieves, low level grassroots thieves who engage in this practice. But they end up being the ones that we mostly give wonderful things to, because they end up being the ones who take our money. Monies including ones that could have been used to pay for dialysis for Priscilla. And that's what we should not miss out on. That for every opportunity lost in some of these areas, we also have to pay for it. Yes, one way or the other. That's why we have big projects which cost very huge amounts and yet very little value.
Do we have some time? Let me just do this. So, the head of, first of all, let's look at something. Entities would, submit their procurement plans for the year. I've just been checking the website of the Public Procurement Authority, and I've seen projects that are supposed to start, I beg your pardon, are supposed to come somewhere next year, and they're supposed to be single source. I'd ask myself the simple question: what's the emergency? Is it the same supplier? Is it restricted to one person? Are there exclusivity? And so, in that case, you'd have to go to that person. A problem with the law is the fact that today, when people do not seek the PPA's approval, they can go back and ratify it.
Yes.
That is a major problem with the law. Because what the law sought to prevent is the very thing we've gone through the back door to now use to aid. Okay? So, I mean, years ago, I was doing a paper on procurement, and I said, and I realized that, look, when entities submit their procurement plans, unless there's an emergency, nothing should change. So for instance, that these are the things that you're going to procure in the course of the year. How do you turn around and come back and say, I'm going to go through this by single sourcing? The other problem is with the restricted tendering. And Professor Cortez talked about, people using, registering, businesses. Look, I know. There was an institution where auditors sometimes raise these concerns.
Yeah.
Value for money. They do some of these analysis
Even the auditor
and say you can't do this. I know an institution where the auditor went there and realized that one company was always bidding for contracts but was never winning. So he decided to call the company. What is happening? Now, when he called the company, the phone was picked by a little girl who said, her father was taking his bath, and that once he comes back, he would inform him. Guess whom it was? The head of procurement of the institution.
Oh my Christ.
He is using another company to consistently bid for contracts, which he never wins. And so once he puts in a bid, another puts in a bid, then the preferred company
will be given
the contract.
So that they can meet the standard.
It can meet the standards.
They obey the law. And you see, these are just a few examples of the ways in which we are abusing the system. And it's sad. Look, I've grown a certain sensitivity to listening to the news. Whenever I hear a story, there are certain things that certain words that as soon as I hear, I immediately ask myself, should we be paying more attention to this story or not? One of those words is procurement. Anytime I hear government is going to solve some problem of ours through procurement, I immediately start asking myself questions. Because let me tell you the truth. Procurement is the way through which corrupt officials benefit from their position. So if they are benefiting from the problem will never get solved. It will never get solved. I mean, why must there be single sourcing for cleaning contracts? Why must there be single sourcing for the provision of things like furniture, absolute computers, ordinary things that have several sources where you can very easily allow people in competition to bring the price down? Why must we be throwing our tax away when there are opportunities to save money and still get the job done?
There was a time in this country that we did mass branding with money from the priority areas in oil money.
Yeah.
which was meant for the railways or one of those transport sectors. And we saw the bus branding was actually an emergency.
Oh, God. Listen, we'll talk more about this, but we'll also be trying to assess the impact of Priscilla's tragic story on the dialysis crisis. Stay with us. We'll be back after these.
The Energy Commission, in collaboration with the Ministry of Energy and Ghana Education Service, is proud to announce the finals of the 4th edition of the Energy Commission Senior High School Renewable Energy Challenge under the theme Mechanized Small-Scale Agriculture Using Renewable Energy Technologies. Who wins the challenge? Will it be Ya Asantwa Girls and Fantiman Girls, Sugakope Senior High School, Kwabre Senior High School, Toma Senior High School, or Sewakese Girls? Join us on the 17th of October 2023 at 9 a.m. at the Accra International Conference Center. To find out, the special guest of honor is Her Excellency Mrs. Samira Bawumia, Second Lady of the Republic of Ghana. The challenge is supported by GIZ, Ashasi University, GTV, French Development Agency, We Power Authority, Cosmos Energy Ghana, VRA, and Sunom Asogli Power Ghana Limited. Participation is free.
He's up bright and early, serving your premium morning radio show. The Morning Man. It's the Morning Man, Kojo Jackson. Earthquake.
I can't shake the image of Priscilla.
It's been haunting me since, for some reason, when I heard the thing, I was actually on TV, but it didn't go down well with me. Throughout that evening, I just could not understand how this is possible. We are just failing our people for no reason. And you see, it's more painful when the young lady warned us She actually begged us to save her life. She begged everybody in this state that
She
if
said,
you don't
she said,
intervene,
I don't.
I
Let's
may not get on this
15-year-old
bed. Yes.
girl saying, I don't have money. My mother doesn't have money. My father doesn't have money. Did you hear her mother?
Come on.
Afterwards, when we spoke to her, when we got the news and we spoke to her, look, there's something I will never forget. There was a certain calmness in her voice, but she was talking about, debt that she had no way of paying. 4,000 Ghana cedis. To her, that is just, it's beyond. She said it in old cedis, 40 million. She has no way. She has no way of finding the money to go and pay this bill. But you could even tell in her voice that, look, she would rather have that bill continue to accumulate just as long as she could have her daughter.
And in fairness, no matter what we say, no matter what we're doing, even if we actually fix the system 100%, at least for Priscilla and the family, Priscilla has gone for good.
Yeah, not coming back.
Yeah.
We have failed. We have failed. We've set up all kinds of systems to solve these problems, and still we have failed.
The doctors told me I have to be on a machine, and I have to be on that machine either twice or thrice a week. And my mom and dad do not have money either. I want the government to support me so I can live to fulfill my dream of becoming a nurse.
If this was any civilized society, we would be passing a law. We'll call it the Priscilla Law, and it would make sure that such a thing can never happen again.
Joy, 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 sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah, wake up to joy, joy, joy in the morning. Yeah, if you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning on the super morning show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Now, Republic Bank, which is the master of mortgages, has actually gone even lower, offering you ultra low interest rates on all its CD mortgage products. If you are planning to own, build, or improve your home, now is the time. Take advantage of this window of opportunity. Call our mortgage hub and actually speak to a specialist on 054 010 9901. 054 010 9901, or send us a mail at myhome@republicghana.com. This offer is valid until the 31st of January 2024. So if you thought that the mortgages are supposed to be very low, this is ultra low, not just low, the lowest you can get. Of course, terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
And you know that a poorly maintained car engine can age faster. That's why we offer specially formulated quartz engine oil with age resistance technology. It's a breakthrough innovation that ensures the optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74%, even under extreme temperatures and pressure. Choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz keep your engine younger for longer.
Now, the Kingdom Books and Stationery Back to School promotion continues until October 31st, 2023. You can still get 10 to 15% off textbooks, pens, pencils, erasers, exercise books, and so many other products across their branches in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takoradi, Winneba, and Cape Coast. So if you're a parent, a teacher, a student, please hurry while stock lasts. For more information, call 0302 764 101, or you can try 0302 764 209. You can email info@kingdomgh.com or go to kingdomgh.com for more information. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Terms and conditions apply.
So when you get your mortgage at Republic Bank, and you can say very good morning to Leila actually. So when you move it beyond that, what you should also be doing is that you should get furniture into that. So it's October sales at Furniture City. Yes, crazy deals await you at Furniture City, and pick any item and enjoy from 25% to up to 40% discount on these selected items. Items ranging from furniture, dining set, sofa, and there's also carpets, there's curtains. Every wonderful thing you want in a home, you'll get it. And for people who have already bought homes, yes, it's a crazy deal. Only at Furniture City, your home of quality furniture and the largest furniture shop in Ghana. So hurry, rush now to Furniture City for all your kinds of furniture and enjoy up to 40% discounted price. Locate Furniture City at number 77 Sprinters Road, 200 meters from the Flower Pot roundabout on the Sprinters Road and opposite City Ceramica. Log on to our Facebook page, Furniture City Ghana, and website, furniturecity.ghana.com. Contact our sales department on these numbers, 0244 213 333 or 0540 314 948. Furniture City, your home of quality furniture.
Well, now that you've acquired your furniture, how about you get yourself a new vehicle, one from Toyota, and for a limited time only, they're offering huge price discounts on a range of vehicles, including the dynamic RAV4, the robust Hilux, the powerful Fortuner diesel, and the luxurious Land Cruiser Prado. I love the Prado. And that's not all. When you make the decision to acquire any of these incredible vehicles, Toyota Ghana will reward you with an entire year of complimentary servicing. This golden opportunity won't be around forever, so pay a visit to any of their showrooms located in Accra, Kumasi, Tema, Tamale, Takwa, and Takrade. Alternatively, you can reach them on 0302 910 204. Credit purchase is also available through special arrangement with their finance partners. Toyota, superior quality.
All right, so now that you've got your car and you've got your house
and you have furniture in the house,
that's right. Now you have to pay attention to your business. And as a business owner, you want your business to grow. The Fidelity Ejapa account is here to help you do exactly that. Now, with the Fidelity Ejapa account, you get to enjoy convenient payments and cash collection options like the GHQR, Mobile Money Collect, and Mobile Teller Cash Collection. You get access to competitively priced loans, a dedicated relationship officer, free insurance cover worth up to 48,000 Ghana cedis, free inter-account transfers, and free subscription to their e-banking platforms. All of this coming with one bank account. If you think this sounds good, just listen to this. The Fidelity Ejapa account is an interest-earning current account. Yeah. Interest earning current account, and it's available both to registered and sole proprietors trading in their personal names. So if you're a sole proprietor or a self-employed individual, it's time to do good business with Fidelity Bank. Join hundreds of businesses that have already signed up to the Fidelity Ejapa account, and it just might be your best decision yet. Dial star 776 hash 0. Sorry, I'll take that again. Star 776 star 0 hash, or just go to fidelitybank.com.gh today to sign up for a Fidelity Ejapa account. Terms and conditions apply. Together, we're more. Fidelity Bank. Believe.
Now, if you're looking for that university, the one that is actually set up to provide the missing link in tertiary education, the best you can get in this republic is Heritage Christian College. This is affiliated to KNUST and accredited by GTech. They offer programs like BBA programs and, of course, we still will be interested in this one. Accounting with computing, accounting on its own, marketing, human resource management, and business infotech management. There's also, as a standalone, BSc Nursing, BSc Information Technology, that's IT, BSc Information Security, and also BA Theology. They're also offering specialized master's degree programs, MSc Accounting and Taxation.
That's the one I like.
Yeah. Okay, I know you're going to say that. MSc Accounting and Taxation. There's MSc Accounting and Finance too. There's MSc Human Resource Management. There are also professional courses that you sure will be interested in. The ICA, the CIMG, and you should stress the CIMG because it's important. Oh yeah. Because we are the home of CIMG. We are the reigning,
radio program of the year.
Yes. Everything. In fact, the highest award you can get in CIMG is what we're talking about here. Yes. And CIMG, CIHRM, and also ICM UK. There are also media short courses. This one makes them unique. They give you entrepreneurship training with financial support. keenly with financial support. One student, one laptop. This one they don't say it without. No, they deliver when they say it. Yeah, there's also affordable and flexible fee structure. Then there is the scholarships which are also available. The entry requirements are the WASC, ABC, GBC, HND, diploma, and also if you are over 25 or over 25, you are qualified as a mature student. All you need to do now is dial *789*300# for online serial number, or visit their website hcuc.edu.gh to apply. They are located at Amasaman. This is behind the Olympic Stadium, and you can contact them on these numbers: 020-229-8399 or 0547777731. Then the website once again is hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian College, a university training compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
So, Societe Generale, your secure and trusted partner, is celebrating 20 years in Ghana. And this significant milestone wouldn't have been possible without you, our loyal customer. So this anniversary is dedicated to you. It's been a journey of triumph, success, and innovative financial solutions crafted to give you, your family, and business the best outcomes always. Our partnership with you has seen you and your families grow, your businesses and institutions succeed, and many dreams come true. Today, we're celebrating 20 years with you. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
All right, and in our immediate future, we have the nutrition line from Nestle. And you know what they do? They offer good food for a good life.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all-in-one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
This is Nestle Nutrition Line. Nestle Nutrition Line is a public service program from Nestle Ghana Limited. Nestle Nutrition Line offers tips on good food for a good life. Now to your presenter.
Hello, here we are again. No additives, no preservatives, just the pure natural goodness of Nestle. I welcome you warmly, hoping you're well and strong and expecting great things to happen today. On today's episode, we're discussing ultra-high temperature or UHT milk. Ultra-high temperature milk is milk that has been pasteurized under special conditions. Pasteurization is very important because raw milk may contain some bacteria that may be harmful to health, and pasteurization kills those harmful germs and makes milk safe for consumption. All milk that is sold is pasteurized one way or another. Compared to regular pasteurization, ultra-high temperature pasteurization applies higher heat for a very short time to kill harmful germs and preserve nutrients in the milk. Once milk goes through ultra-high temperature pasteurization, it is usually packed in sterile cartons. What distinguishes the UHT milk from fresh milk is its long shelf life. While fresh milk goes bad after a week or two and needs constant refrigeration, ultra-high temperature milk can last up to 6 months when unopened without needing refrigeration. In terms of nutrients, ultra-high temperature milk has the same amount of calcium and protein as fresh milk. I hope you've learned something that you can apply for a long, healthier life. We're always standing by to hear from you, and you know it gives us great pleasure to work with you, don't you? It's all about you with you in mind. So do please reach out and let's work together for a healthier, happier, longer life. 0302 517 020 or 0302 211 880. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toll free 0800 12 0001. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. Weekends and holidays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To WhatsApp, SMS, call 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The following numbers: 0593 845697, 0593 845649, or 0593 845708. Alternatively, send an email to consumerservices@gh.nestle.com. Everything you need has been provided, along with a beautiful day. Strike a pose of victory. Step out and enjoy this beautiful day in a special way, because you're special. Bye.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all in one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This ad is FDA approved.
It is a birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. And Franco Trading Enterprise. Still phone Papa Perfie.
And quick one here says, happy birthday to Miss Amwa of Soul Clinic International School. No, it's actually a happy Teacher's Day to you. And it says we appreciate your support from Leanne Dako and all KA2 students. And also happy birthday to Bright Siaboa of the UN World Food Program. Today's your birthday. And it's the birthday of my nephew, Jaden.
Okay.
Ahene. Yes, Jaden Ahene. He turns 18 years today, so happy birthday.
Oh, I see. Wonderful. All right, happy birthday to Chief Inspector Aiden Akbong, Station Officer, Central MTU Kumasi, from your wife and the entire family. Okay, let's also say a quick happy birthday to my relationship manager at Societe Generale, Mary Aite, and she does a great job. Mary Aite, happy birthday to you from all of your colleagues. Good morning. This one says happy birthday to Cyril Lai of Fountain Gate Chapel. Happy birthday also to Mavis Ananga, also known as Davi Ekuya, National Service Person at the Corporate Office. Hey, Davi Ekuya, love the name. Happy birthday also to Mrs. Sylvia Agbemapula. I hope I've said that right. She's a Principal Nursing Officer at the Michelle Camp Hospital in Tema. It's from your husband, Dr. Thomas Agbemapula of Sunshine Hospital.
All right.
Okay, well, the Joy Sports Center is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Standard Chartered Bank,
here for good.
Allianz Life Insurance,
we secure your future.
1xBet, your reliable bookmaker. And DSTV,
it's your moments.
You know, we all have those days when you're low on everything, right? Energy, time, cash, and even airtime and data. Well, that's why MTN Extra Time is an airtime and data advanced service that allows you to make calls or browse the internet, even when you have an insufficient balance. All you have to do is dial star 506 hash. Star 506 hash. So you get into your head. Star 506 hash. Yes, and go through the prompts and select the amount of airtime or data you need. It's more than simple. Doing your favorite things on MTN means you don't get interrupted even when you're low on airtime or data. Please remember, all terms and conditions apply.
So my friends, imagine sitting in the stands at Anfield cheering on Liverpool FC and joining several fans jump and
They say I
scream.
should take it and do it.
And Mo Salah's stunning goal.
Give him the Standard Chartered LPM.
Why?
You give it to him and see something.
Oh, why?
You give it to him and see something.
They say I put a dream in it.
Raymond, let's go.
Yes. This dream could come true for you. Because Standard Chartered wants to take you and your partner to Anfield to watch Liverpool FC play live. Yes, and it's just so simple to be eligible. There's an equal chance for clients and non-clients. For non-clients, you just download the SC mobile app
open an account and start transacting. But for those who are actually existing clients, just transact more to participate in this campaign. Remember, the more you transact, the more presents you gain in this basket for the final draw. That selects the ultimate winner. I mean, I know this is mostly what you don't hear, right? The other consolation prizes.
We don't want our.
But this is your chance to experience Anfield with your partner.
Live.
Open that account and transact now.
That's right.
To watch Liverpool FC play live at Anfield. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Fentio is literally crouching under the onslaught of that LPM. Hey. Right. Well,
I love it.
It shall come to pass.
Amen. Listen, to win every week, football players need to train for many years. 1xBet players can get on the road to success much faster just by taking part in the Jackpot of the Week promotion. Go to the promotion page on the site or in the Bookmakers app and get a chance of winning. No one guarantees that you're going to quickly become a millionaire, but success favors the brave. So risk and win. Register on 1xBet and get a welcome bonus of up to 2,650 Ghana cedis with the promo code GHJackpot.
That's right. Thank you very much. Good morning, all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentio Tahiru Fentio. Coming up this morning.
They need to make the most of this share. Oh, yes! That's how you make the most of it. It's simply unstoppable. And Newcastle are out of sight. Brings in Alvarez. Oh, that's magnificent. That really is world class from the World Cup winner. It's a great ball through to Ferran Torres, and Barcelona lead. And Porto, who have had the lion's share of opportunities in this game, fall behind in first half stoppage time. Bukhari again, this time he is in behind. Oh, it's brilliant. From an almost impossible angle, Osman Bukhari has levelled up the game with a fabulous finish.
That's right, Newcastle United in dreamland after triumphing over Paris Saint-Germain to send Tyneside into absolute delirium. The story of last night's run of matches in the Champions League coming up. But first, a group calling itself Ghana Football Stakeholders Forum yesterday staged a protest against the Ghana Football Association for what they believe is mismanagement of the country's football. Over 100 people gathered at the Akwaje interchange with placards before proceeding to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, where they presented a petition. The protest was led by Abraham Wache, one-man supporter, and Charles Kwejo Ntim, also known as Mickey Charles. Joy Sports editor Gary Al Smith was there and reports.
Venus, among other things, have a lot of placards. This one says the GFA has now been turned into a scouting agency, Proton Sports. Proton Sports is an agency that belongs to the GFA president, Keto Kraku, and it's believed that this agency, he has been accused of using this agency to get players on the agency into all the national teams. We see, do you remember Amoagogo, his match fixing agent as well? Now there was a huge match fixing scandal involving Ashcole and Inter Allies, and it's believed that the GFA were part of it as well. Time to speak now. You can be the next victim of Keto Kreku. So basically, this demonstration is also accusing the incumbent GFA president, Kurt Simon, Edwin Okreku, of being a dictator, of not listening to people or dissenting opinions, and they are also referencing his infamous Joy FM interview that he had with me, where he said that nobody works with their enemies. I count about 100 to 120, 130 people here, and they'll be taken through the principal streets of this area and surrounding areas to the sports ministry for what they call the Rescue the GFA demonstration as well.
That's Gary L. Smith. Let's now take some more reaction from that demonstration. Gospel musician Nicholas Omane Champon was part of the demonstrators, and he shares his reasons for joining the protest.
When people wanted to, contest him, Mr. George Friye was disqualified based on the fact that we don't really, get it.
Sure.
So we are demonstrating to the whole world, and especially this country. The leaders must wake up.
Sure.
Otherwise, our brother Ketekreku is taking FA as his personal business. and we disagree with that.
Sure.
They should allow whoever is ready to contest him to contest him. So we want the Ghana government, the Ghana people to wake up. Otherwise, Keto Kreku is rather going to worsen things for Ghana football.
That's Nicholas Omane Champon there. Samuel Abua is also the CEO for Sekendia Zakis.
Keto Kreku is very vindictive. Very, very vindictive. Look at the teams that has collapsed. Look at Fire Rangers. Look at Amedaios. Look at Brekum Arsenals. Look at my own team, Sekendia Zakis. Look at the Chiman City. And you realize that anybody who is vocal on our issues, Keto Kreku makes sure your team is gone down. That's one reason why we want to put stop to some of these things.
That's the Sekendia Zakis CEO, Samuel Abua. Now, the GFA are going ahead with the elections in Tamale despite the disqualified George Afriyie and another club, King Faisal, filing separate applications for injunction which seek to halt the process. Both applications will be heard on October 12, 2023. Keto Kreku is set to be confirmed for a second term later today, while 9 of the 12 executive council positions will be elected. Here's a Joy Sports Desk report on what to expect from today's elections.
Incumbent Keto Kreku is set to be sworn in for his second term in office as he will run unopposed, after the only other aspirant contesting him, George Afriyie, was disqualified. The Executive Council, the GFA's highest decision-making body, will be represented by 11 people distributed across Premier League, Division 1, regional FAs and women's football. 10 people have filed nominations to contest for 5 slots for the Ghana Premier League, with Heart of Lions chairman Randy Abbey seeking a second term on the ESCO. Frederick Champon, who served on the last ESCO on the ticket of Ashanti Gold, has now filed to contest on the ticket of Dreams FC following the demotion of his previous club. Former Black Stars head coach James Kwesi Appiah, now technical director for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, is also seeking election. Other notable contenders for the Premier League slots are Eloy Amande of Karela United and Ralph Jambra, who served as Bronga Haful RFA chairman in the last 4 years. The Division 1 League will have 3 representatives on the ESCO, with 5 people contesting. GFA Vice President Mark Addo is seeking re-election, as well as Samuel Inim Addo. 10 RFA chairmen will be elected before another election is conducted to choose their 3 representatives on the Executive Council. There will be 1 women's football representative on the Executive Council, with Berry Ladies CEO Gifty Owari Mensah going unopposed.
That's a Joy Sports report there, read by my colleague Daniel Krante. Our man on the ground in Tamale is Musbah Razak, and he reports that the GFA lawyers are adamant they're doing nothing wrong by going ahead with the elections despite the legal implications.
After all of these elections are done, the swearing-in of the president and the executive council members will take place, followed by a brief speech by the elected president, and the entire Congress will come to a close. But this is happening despite a notice of injunction that has been served on the Ghana Football Association by Ken Faisal and George Afriyie. And for the lawyers of the Ghana Football Association, they believe that as long as the court has not ruled on that injunction, then they have the right to go ahead with this elective Congress.
That's Musbah Razak reporting from Tamale. 23 players have been named in the Black Star squad for friendly matches against Mexico and the United States. Thomas Partey and Daniel Amate returned to the Ghana squad for the games. Andre Ayew, Baba Rahman, Abdul Fattah Isahaku and Baba Idrisu have all been dropped, but Mediama left back Abdul Fattah Hamid is included. Ghana will play Mexico on October 14 in Charlotte before taking on the United States of America on October 18 at 12:30 a.m. in Nashville, Tennessee. The 2030 World Cup will be held across 6 countries in 3 continents, according to FIFA. Spain, Portugal and Morocco have been named as the co-hosts, with the opening 3 matches taking place in Uruguay, Argentina and Paraguay to celebrate 100 years of the FIFA World Cup. Meanwhile, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp wants the Premier League game against Tottenham to be replayed after Luis Diaz's goal was wrongly disallowed by the video assistant referee. VAR, Darren England and assistant Dan Cook did not overrule when Diaz was flagged offside at 0-0 on Saturday. Let's do some Champions League now. Newcastle United, they welcome Champions League football back to St. James's Park in style as Paris Saint-Germain were overpowered 4-1 in a highly charged atmosphere at Tyneside. The French champions, including superstar Kylian Mbappe, found the atmosphere and intensity on and off the pitch just too much as Eddie Howe's side secured a richly deserved win in Newcastle's first home game in Europe since a 2-0 defeat by Barcelona in March 2003. Here's manager Eddie Howe.
Yeah, an amazing evening for us, really was. I mean, so many stories to probably talk about within the game itself, but just first and foremost, delight for everyone connected with the club and the supporters, and what they gave us tonight was incredible.
Eddie Howe there. Elsewhere, substitutes Julian Alvarez and Jeremy Doku scored late goals as Man City recovered from back-to-back defeats to beat Leipzig 3-1. Barcelona made it 2 wins from 2 in this season's Champions League as Ferran Torres' goal secured victory at Porto. Ghana's Osman Bukari scored 1 and assisted another for Red Star Belgrade, who were held to a 2-2 draw by visiting Young Boys. And Celtic endured late heartbreak as Pedro's 95th minute winner consigned the defending Scottish champions to another Champions League defeat, losing 2-1. And Atletico Madrid, they came from a goal down to beat Feyenoord 3-2, with Alvaro Morata scoring twice in that game. There's Thursday night football later tonight, of course, in the Europa League. But for now, that's the latest from the world of sports here on the Joy Sports Center. My name is Fentu, Tahir Fentu.
Thank you very much, Fentu, for joining us with the latest in the world of sports. Still live right here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And it's now time for Food for Thought, and is brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be the difference. Uncle, good morning.
Hey, I've missed you.
Oh, Uncle, I've missed you more. I mean, I've been away for a very long time. But I've been listening to you.
You are one of the few people that I can say I have missed without feeling bad, without feeling unhappy that I have missed them. There are people that I unwillingly and reluctantly miss, but you I have truly missed.
Why is Sami Odame asking me questions? I don't know. Uncle, I think Sami Batakari is unhappy with your comment. So he's doing a lot of things here. But, it feels great to be back.
No, tell him that I don't miss him.
Uh-huh. Uncle says he doesn't miss you, Sammy.
But how have you been?
Well, I've been okay. We're doing well by the grace of God.
This weekend, we are going almost close to your hometown. We are going to Takoradi.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
With Husband Material 7 years. Akroma Plaza, Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
Yes. So those listening to us on our affiliates in Takoradi, we are coming your way.
Sure.
Once again. So hope to see you at Akroma Plaza this weekend, 4 and 8. Each time.
Sure.
Right. There is a young girl called Michelle Ankra who listens to us according to her mother. And so this morning, to Michelle Ankra and to all the young people who listen to us through their parents, good morning. And we looking forward to you growing up and taking your place and transforming Ghana for all of us.
Sure.
Listen, there are truths to life that we all need to be mindful of. You see, life is governed by certain truths or laws, or if you like, principles that are non-negotiable. If you work with them, your life goes well and you prosper. If you disregard them or reject them, you pay dearly for them. This morning, I want to share a few of those truths with you, so we can be mindful of them if we are to live meaningful lives and build a strong and prosperous Ghana.
Sure.
Truth number 1. The stone the builders reject becomes the cornerstone. In Ghana, we have been blessed to see this truth play out in our national politics. In the last general elections, a candidate for MP for a constituency for the incumbent party felt aggrieved by the system for the selection of a candidate and left the party to run as an independent. The party hierarchy descended very strongly on him, with the leader of the party himself boldly stating that he would have no use for that candidate. In other words, This independent candidate became the stone that the builders, that is the party, rejected. Then the elections came and the candidate won his seat comfortably. In parliament, the incumbent party found itself with the same number of MPs as the opposition party and at the mercy of this same independent MP to decide whether it would be the majority party or the minority. This truth teaches us never to write anyone off. It instructs us to be fair in our dealings with people and to show respect to everyone. The truth also demands that we never write anyone off. Truth number 2, we reap what we sow. You do not sow maize and reap wheat. You do not plant cassava and harvest yam. The other side of the truth is that we do not reap if we do not sow. If you do not invest in a business, you are not entitled to any returns from that business. If you do not invest in your children's future, you cannot have the support of those children in your old age when you need to be supported. If you do not invest in your health, you do not get to live a healthy life. If you do not invest in your mind, you do not get to become more valuable to society. The problem is that too many people ignore this truth and want it to be different for them. So we have people who want to reap when they have not sown, or they sow one thing and they want to reap another thing. That does not happen. Truth number 3, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Sure.
This truth or principle is referred to as a golden rule. The importance of this principle is that whatever you do to others will be done to you or to yours. One of the tragedies in life is that many people, especially though when they are in a position of power over another human being, just choose to ignore this golden rule of life. I see it at all levels. Bosses who simply make life difficult for their subordinates. I see it in schools with lecturers who mark down or even fail a student simply because they can. When people do this to those they have some power over, they think they have gotten away with it, but we never do get away with this because this truth is non-negotiable. Truth number 4, salt must not lose its saltiness. Jesus said, if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. Now, here is my understanding of that statement. A good person should never compromise on his values and reputation, or he is finished. A good person in any situation becomes a salt in that situation, preserving and upholding what is just and what is good. When the good person compromises his values, he loses his credibility. And after that, he loses all respect. Like the salt, he is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. This is a call to all of us to stay true to our values and principles right to the end. I know it is not easy to stay principled and upright when there is corruption all around you, but we need to be mindful of the truth that salt cannot afford to lose its saltiness. Number 5, ask and it will be given to you. Winston, this is one truth I wish I had learned earlier in my life. For most of my life, I was afraid to ask. And so I lived with frustrations and unmet expectations. And I did not ask because I was too afraid of being turned down. Now, I realize that it is a fear we all have to learn to deal with because we get nothing in life without asking. If we do not ask, we do not receive. It's as simple as that. But once you accept this truth, then you have to understand what it means to ask. It does not mean walking up to someone and saying, can I have this or that? Or can you do this or that for me? And then walking away when the person says no.
Okay.
The Bible shows us what it means to ask with a number of stories. In one of them, a woman approaches a difficult, arrogant judge for justice. And the judge, of course, ignores him. But she keeps coming back until the judge finally concludes that if he wants his peace, then he has to give the woman what she wants.
Sure.
There's another story of the Syrophoenician woman who needed healing for her daughter, but Jesus would not mind her. She kept at it until the disciples pleaded with Jesus to attend to the woman so they could have their peace. Even then, Jesus did not appear to be willing to help the woman when he said, "It is not right to give what belongs to the children to the dogs." The woman then turns the tables on Jesus when she responds, "Yes, so, but the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the children's table."
Mm-hmm.
From the perspective of the Bible, it is not asking if you walk away when you have not received what you were asking for. I wish I knew that when I was much younger, but I guess it is better late than never. And about you said, those are just 5 truths that we need to be mindful of if we are to live our best lives.
All right. I like those 5 truths, Uncle. Thank you very, very much. I like the bit about asking. All of us would need to learn that, even in our old age. But, Uncle.
Can I ask you a question?
Please go ahead.
How many times did you ask your wife to marry you before she said yes?
I have forgotten. Thank you very, very much, Uncle White, for joining us with Food for Thought here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be the difference. Well, it's now time for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, We Stand With You, and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts.
Hi, and welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, We Stand With You, and Anointed Electricals, your generator experts. The World Bank is warning that inflation in Ghana and 3 other African countries could go up by some significant margin by end of the year. The bank in East Africa Pulse report says inflation will go up by some 10% from what was recorded in 2022. Ghana ended last year with an inflation rate of about 54.1%. A visiting IMF team is wrapping up Ghana's program review and the Article 4 consultations this week. This was after it began the exercise in the country within the last 2 weeks. Ghana dropped in 5 of the thematic categories of the Stanbic Bank Africa Trade Barometer ATB. They include business confidence, infrastructure obstacles, access to credit, and ease of trade. The nation, however, moved up in the trade category. That's all for Joy Business, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, We Stand With You, and Anointed Electricals, your generator experts.
All right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Winston Amwa. And enjoy a quick and easy way of paying your fees with CBG School Fees Collections platform. Parents, students, and guardians can pay their tuition, hostel, graduation fees, amongst others, directly at any of CBG's 114 branches nationwide today. With over 30 institutions enrolled on the platform, you are guaranteed a convenient and secure way of paying for your fees. Receive real-time settlement notifications for every fee paid. For inquiries, kindly reach out to our contact center on 0302216000 or via social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Email us on talktous@cbg.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. So Anointed Electrical Engineering Services Limited is into the sales of ultra-silent generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA, and we undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. We also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators and also do generator rentals. In East Legon, you can locate us on the Lagos Avenue Road opposite Tomrick Hotel. In Tema on the Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead, and at Odoko, where we have our head office, number 77, Anointed House, off the Odoko Malam Road. We have branches nationwide. Anointed the generator expert. Contact us on our hotline 0243 480 334. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM.
My man, I heard there's a new app on the streets that does it all for you.
Ah, really? How is that possible?
Charlie, I also could not believe it too. But I downloaded the app and I'm telling you, I was able to chat with my friends, make video calls, and...
Well, we know of many apps that can do that.
Oh, let me finish, la. I was also able to listen to the latest songs, play games, and read the latest sports news.
For real?
Yeah, and I can send and receive money from the app. Amazing, no?
What's the name of this app?
It's called Ayoba.
Ayoba?
Yeah, Ayoba.
Get Ayoba, your all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, share, play, pay, and listen to music all in one app for everyone. Enjoy Ayoba with MTN and download the Ayoba app today. Everywhere you go.
Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide. High credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100 or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
1xBet jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
All right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM and social media messages here on the Super Morning Show brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, Ghana AIDS Commission, test to know your HIV status and take steps to protect your health, and GTP Lifestyle.
We've been talking about the health emergency, right?
Sure.
But every day people face different emergencies. Police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency. There is also what you should know. You can actually list a lot of them. But many Ghanaians don't know their emergency numbers. Well, here's one you want to remember. That's star 770 hash. Star 770 hash is the new EcoBank money emergency number. Star 770 hash gives you instant access to loans, funds transfer, utility payment, airtime, and data purchases, and so much more, even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
And Raymond, on big stories this morning brought to us by Vodafone Further Together. Latest film, Your Partner for Life, Belmonte by CPO Developers. The ultimate luxury experience, and Access Bank, your number one remittance bank. Access Bank, more than banking. We're focusing on the sad story of Ruth. Just listen to this.
The doctors told me I have to be on a machine. And I have to be on that machine either twice or thrice a week. And my mom and dad do not have money either. I want the government to support me so I can live to fulfill my dream of becoming a nurse.
And that's actually the story of Priscilla, young Priscilla, 15 years, dying. on her dialysis bed. And look, I've been thinking about it, and for me, if we cannot protect these young ones, if we cannot put in place a healthcare system that helps to protect these young ones, what have we achieved as a country? Here we are today having conversations, and again we get back to the same thing. Oh, I mean, the cost of dialysis should be part of the National Health Insurance Scheme. We should dialysis should be part of it. This should be part of it. The question is this: the National Health Insurance Scheme, over the period, what has it been, its contribution to the general well-being of the Ghanaian? We need to have that conversation, one.
Yeah.
Two, how come that we implement an insurance scheme, the whole idea of a health insurance scheme, and for those of us who are contributors to SNIT, we pay.
Yeah.
We pay. For those of us who also buy goods and services, pay for goods and services.
That NHIL that you be seeing.
We pay. We pay for it. We pay for it all the time. Look, Raymond, recently I imported something into this country where I had to pay NHIL levy of 9,000 Ghana cedis. 9,000. So almost 10,000.
Yeah.
Now you ask yourself that question. So we're paying this with a belief that it would go a long way in helping take care of the population.
Because we are contributing that for vulnerable people like Priscilla and her family, they don't have to suffer, to have to struggle, we don't have to lose potential nurses in the name of Priscilla. She's not asking for too much. She's not asking you to give her a luxurious life.
No.
She's just asking to make sure she survives. She can lead a decent life, merely surviving. And let's not get it wrong. Priscilla had to miss school days for dialysis because where your dialysis center is was very far from her. She braved all the storms to get to the place. Even with that, the cost of transportation alone, all the other things she has to buy, medicine and all of that, to allow a young lady who told everybody in this republic that if you don't come to my rescue, I may not live to see the next day. And we allowed it happen. And we sat down and watched one of our own. This is not very far from us. It's in all of us, our families. You consider your 15-year-old child that you do everything. You go up every day in the morning to try and protect. The only difference here is that the family, the parents, they are farmers. They make something small. The income they are making cannot take care of Priscilla. But don't be so comfortable. If you might be within that 70%, that's also making less than 3,000. If you make less than 3,000, how much are you going to spare for food? How much will you spare for your rent? Then how much will be left to take Priscilla if you had a child like that to go and get the dialysis that's required?
Look, I mean, it's a scar on our conscience as a nation.
It's terrible.
Because there's a young girl who's pleading with the state.
Yeah.
I mean, practically begging all of us to come to her aid. And we allowed her to die. When her parents talk about 40 million, even the cost, I mean, now that she's dead, they even have to pay.
Can you believe that?
They have to pay. And for me, in all of this, I mean, I come back to the insurance system because, I mean, how in God's name did we get to these levels? That we say that, we are all contributing so that those who are vulnerable, who may need it most, can be assisted at the time when they need it most.
I remember the expression they used to use consistently is that we are all contributing so that we stop out of pocket at the point of service delivery payments.
Exactly.
Because when you are vulnerable, when you have not actually put some money somewhere and you have a condition like this, when you need help more, your alternatives are actually limited in this republic. So you would certainly need a system that supports you. The entire thinking around insurance, around safety nets, around the fact that we build a society that is supposed to take money from different groups, put it together, from the rich, the poor, sometimes people contributing according to the range they belong to, is that we keep small for somebody like Priscilla. Why we kept the money and how we were unable to solve this problem should be a big shame to all of us. Nobody should be excited. It is a day of national shame that we let down a young lady who has so much hope, who has so much life, A young lady that could be your daughter or any relation of yours in any way.
Look, Raymond, Kwame Sowu, sent me a very long message, and he says I can actually share it. It says, look, in my view, our healthcare system grapples with two major issues, amongst others: fraud-prone primary healthcare system and inadequate coverage for chronic diseases. To address these challenges comprehensively, a strategic shift in health insurance policy is imperative. Fraudulent activities, especially in primary healthcare, hinder the efficient use of resources and erode public trust. To combat this, implementing a partial coverage system for primary care may be the way forward. By sharing the cost with patients, this approach encourages responsible use of insurance benefits and reducing fraudulent claims. Chronic diseases, although fewer in number, demand specialized and often expensive treatments. A crucial step is to fully cover these conditions under the National Health Insurance Scheme. This guarantees that individuals suffering from chronic ailments such as kidney diseases can access necessary treatment without financial burden, ensuring a higher quality of life and improved health outcomes. By channeling funds towards specific high-impact areas like chronic disease management, the government can optimize its healthcare budget. This targeted allocation ensures that most pressing healthcare needs are met effectively without unnecessary financial strain on the system. Partial coverage for primary healthcare opens avenues for private insurance companies to offer supplementary coverage, especially to the lower income bracket. And a healthy competition will encourage innovation and diversity in insurance packages, catering to individual needs and preferences. Finally, it says a nuanced approach that combines partial coverage for primary healthcare, comprehensive coverage for chronic diseases, targeted resource allocation, and private sector involvement can transform Ghana's healthcare landscape. This approach not only curbs fraud and ensures fair access, but also paves the way for sustainable, efficient, and people-centric healthcare system for the nation.
I agree. So we put our money where our mouth is and perhaps where our biggest problems are. But see, at the core of this message is also the point that the only thing Priscilla did wrong, which was no fault of hers, was being born in Ghana and raised in Ghana and being Ghanaian. Not long ago, Kwame Saponesiadu actually explained, compared the amount of money we put into healthcare compared to countries like Sudan, countries like Liberia, and countries like Rwanda. Winston, they put in far less amount, and yet the benefits and the impact is bigger than our own.
Look, Raymond, and talking about, I just received a message that says the NHIS funds are capped under this government. Please, the government isn't serious about health and doesn't appreciate the challenges of the National Health Insurance Scheme. We'll talk more about this later because, the point that Kwame Sowu makes was actually the original plan of the National Health Insurance Scheme. A bit of a competition. But look, by popular demand, you asked and we heard you. Silver Star Auto, the original Benz boss in Ghana for over 25 years, is inviting you to take advantage of our free inspection promo and save big. Schedule your free inspection today and enjoy free inspection of your Mercedes-Benz vehicle. Enjoy 15% discount on genuine spare parts. Visit any of our outlets in Accra on the Graphic Road, Tema, Kumasi. And extended promo ends on Friday the 13th of October 2023. Terms and conditions do apply.
Now, Vodafone Cash is excited to inform all customers that they can conveniently pay for electricity bills using their Vodafone Cash wallet. All you need to do is to dial *110#. Then you select option 4, which is make payments. Then you select option 1, which is pay bills. Then you move on to selecting option 3, which is utilities. Then finally, you select option 2, which is ECG. You then follow the prompt to complete your payment. It is easy, safe, and convenient to pay your ECG bills using Vodafone Cash. Sometimes, if you go to the ECG offices and the queues there, you will die in a second. So if you can get on the convenient option right now, that's what you should choose. Kindly note that this service is also only available to customers with the ECG smart meters.
Okay.
Pay for your ECG bills now with ease. Vodafone.
And Franco Trading is now taking delivery of a CCTV camera with on-screen display menu and easy configuration, chest freezers and refrigerators, washing machines. They also have in stock all types of phone and accessories, smart TVs ranging from 32 to 55 inches, and the Franco air condition from 1.5 to 2.5 HP. And enjoy up to 40% discount online in all our shops nationwide. Download Franco Trading app on Play Store or visit francotrading.com. Don't pick our numbers on Google. Call us on 0246 422 338 or 0555 939311. Franco Trading Enterprise. Steel phone Papa Perfect. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. We also get to have a conversation about procurement. Yes, we started that conversation, how we're making losses. Between 2015 and 2019, 2015 and 2019, the Ghana Institute of Procurement and Supply actually did a research, and they said, procurement irregularities amounted to some 11.9 billion Ghana cedis.
Seriously?
Irregularities through procurement amounted to 11.9 billion cedis. We'll talk more about these after these messages.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, download it. You go enjoy it. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Can promise.
Ajwa, the online page for the new business account was in shambles yesterday. We lost the page.
Tell me about it.
We started off very confident, and then the office broadband went down. When we set up the hotspot from the phone to reconnect, the data allocation also got finished.
You are joking.
I wish. The meeting room was hot. Kobe quickly tried calling them to give us some more time, but he had no airtime. Total chaos. They also gave us feedback that our website didn't have enough information. How can you run a business this way and hope to grow?
Oh dear.
Your business communication can be way better than this. Vodafone One Business is a complete communications package that gives you broadband with data transfer to mobile phones, mobile package with free calls among employees, landline with free calls and website design plus domain name registration. At Vodafone Business, we understand that strong connections within your business lead to success. Call 050-777-9000 or sign up by sending an email to sme@vodafone.com. Vodafone, further together.
Wouldn't you prefer an apartment hotel? One that offers the utmost convenience of a boutique hotel while offering the idyllic comfort of your own private home. Oasis Park Residences offers luxury studios, 1, 2 and 3 bedrooms both for short and long-term rental at competitive rates. Our sky swimming pool, gourmet outdoor restaurant and a fully equipped gym rest on a breathtaking rooftop with panoramic views of the city. Oasis Park Residences, located at Shiashi Tetekwashi, 10 minutes from the international airport, is the ideal place for all your accommodation needs. Why don't you give us a call on 020-4343-009 or visit our website at oasisparkresidences.com to make your reservations. Oasis Park Residences, more than a home.
Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from latex foam. There is so much choice whatever your budget. Latex foam, your partner for life.
Some banks treat you like this.
others like this. But at Axis Bank, we treat you like this. Why settle for less when the best customer experience starts and ends at Axis Bank? We are always on call all week from Monday to Sunday to offer you the best financial advice and solutions. It's not just talk, it's about time you experienced it too. Visit any Axis Bank branch today or call us toll free 0800 00 4400.
Axis Bank, more than banking.
About 1/3 of a million people live with HIV in Ghana. Close to 10,000 of them die each year, mostly as a result of a lack of antiretroviral drugs and adherence. In fact, close to 57% of children under 14 years living with HIV do not receive antiretroviral drugs, again as a result of inadequate funds to provide them with medication.
Life expectancy for these children is grim. The big worry, close to 16,300 people are newly infected with HIV each year. With this alarming rate of HIV infections, all of us are in danger, and Ghana is headed for an epidemic explosion if nothing is done now to avert it. While the Ghana AIDS Commission is working hard to overturn the situation, the Commission urgently needs funding support from corporate Ghana and individuals to save lives. We're therefore appealing to you, corporate entities and individuals, to support the National HIV and AIDS Fund by dialing star 9898 hash on MTN and Vodafone and follow the prompts, or pay into the National HIV and AIDS Fund account number 101-863-161-3233, Bank of Ghana. Your donation will be used to prevent new infections and provide care for people living with HIV, including children affected by AIDS. For further information, please call Ghana AIDS Commission on 0302 919260 or email info@ghanaids.gov.gh. Give to save a life today. Ghana AIDS Commission, partnering to eliminate HIV and AIDS.
Hey, Cashman.
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is spoiled too. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Oh, is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
Oh, how?
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us.
Okay.
Yes. If you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after sales service.
Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
Good morning. Welcome to the original magazine show, the Super Morning Show.
We got together with Pastor Chris and Pastor Stephen on Thursday to just go
Coffee in your
the
cup.
presence of God,
Enjoy on the
try to
set.
pen
The Super Morning
lyric
Show
and
is
melody,
always
and
the best.
After a couple of
Enjoy
hours, it just felt like
99.7.
the
It's when you feel like there is no hope. That is when you need to be reminded that there is always a force working for us. There's always a force. And in our darkest despair, there is a comforter. And God knows we need that comforter now more than ever before, because we are failing the most vulnerable among us. There's only one objective way of judging the success of a nation, and it is how they treat their most vulnerable.
Yeah. The president used to quote a very popular quote that a nation that cannot protect the many that are poor cannot actually safeguard the safety of the few that are rich.
Yeah. These are facts. So you have to understand that Priscilla's death, it affects us all. It brings us all down. We've lost something today because we live in a system. We consent to live in a system that can allow for a child to die just because she can't afford a treatment that is free of charge in many other parts of the world. A treatment that we have actually set up. We have set up structures to provide insurance for healthcare, but we have somehow prevented those structures from taking care of such an eventuality.
And you see, that's a sad aspect of our society. That the very things that are very expensive that people would need help are the things we exempt. So here we are with an insurance scheme. We say everybody must be on the insurance scheme.
Everybody pays one way or another.
But unfortunately, once you get onto that scheme, the chronic diseases that you need help the most, we exempt them. And so when you need that help, and that actually defeats the whole concept of insurance.
Yeah.
It defeats the whole concept of insurance. I mean, you're paying a national health insurance levy all the time. Go to the supermarkets, buy anything, you pay for it.
See that.
You pay your SNIT. You pay for it. People are renewing their NHIS cards all the time. Unfortunately, all of these funds, you ask yourself the simple question, where did they go? Wow. Today, sadly, one of the most lucrative places to be, if your party is in government, is the National Health Insurance Authority. What sort of a country are we?
Oh, we failed. We failed Priscilla. We failed all of those who are scrambling every day. And that's the image that is stuck with me. That mental scramble to find the money to pay for your next treatment. Right? Every day you have to call people, call and beg people. Someone says no to you today. You have to somehow put aside your pride and go and beg the same person again. You have to make hundreds of phone calls trying to raise money to stay alive. How did we do this to ourselves?
I did say that the biggest mistake she made, which is not actually her fault, is that she was born and she's living in Ghana. Even on this continent, there are countries that are doing better.
Far better. This conversation it needs to be had, and we'll have it together. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. If you're in the Asante region and you've tuned into Love FM, we love you very much. If you're in the Central region, thank you for choosing ATL 100.5 megahertz. This is the CIMG radio program of the year, the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. So, getting deeper into this in a moment, but first, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, in partnership with the Ministry of Transport, presents the International Driver and Vehicle Innovations Conference 2023, the IDVIC. The IDVIC 2023 will bring together renowned experts from across the globe to discuss and explore the emerging trends, regulations, and innovations in the road transport sector. The theme for this maiden conference is the future of road transport. This conference will take place on the 10th of October at Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra, from 8:30 a.m. The special guest will be His Excellency the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The keynote speakers will be Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, African Union High Representative, David Ofosu-Dorte, Senior Partner at AB & David Africa, and other sector experts. For registration, please go to idvic.dvla.gov.gh. DVLA, your safety, our concern.
And the National Cyber Security Awareness Month 2023 is here again. So Ghana, through the Cyber Security Authority, joins the global community to commemorate cybersecurity awareness in October under the theme Promoting a Culture of Digital Safety. The Cybersecurity Authority encourages all businesses, agencies, schools, faith group organizations to hold cybersecurity sensitization workshops in the month of October for their staff and members. Now, among key events would be the National Cybersecurity Challenge for selected senior high school students to partner or sponsor the 2023 edition of the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month in the organization of cybersecurity sensitization workshops and awareness programs called 0303-972-530 or 0303-972-531. Email ncsam2023@csa.gov.gh. Cybersecurity Authority, securing a resilient digital Ghana.
Now, a wise man once said, don't just make money, make a difference. And at APSA, they believe in helping you make a difference through their personal loans. With an APSA personal loan, you could get up to 500,000 Ghana cedis collateral free to finance your personal projects. With a flexible payment plan of up to 7 years, fixed and competitive interest rates, the APSA personal loan is just what you need to open the door to the life you deserve. So visit the nearest APSA branch or call your personal banker to discover how to get things done. That's Africanacity. That's APSA. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, are you suffering from pain in your joints, muscles, or bones? Then look no further, because at the Bank Hospital Trauma and Orthopedic Unit, we're dedicated to delivering quality orthopedic care. We have world-class equipment, and our seasoned specialists are ready to help you on your journey to recovery. Don't allow joint, muscle, or bone issues to affect the quality of your life. Call the Bank Hospital now on 0302 739 373 or visit thebankhospital.com to book an appointment with our trauma and orthopedic specialist today. The Bank Hospital, good health for everyone.
It's October sales at City Ceramica. Get up to 50% discounts on all selected items like quality security doors, jacuzzis, tiles, and on all sanitary ware. Go to City Ceramica for your notably high quality brands and get up to 50% on selected items. You'll find City Ceramica on Spintex Road, just 200 meters from the Flower Pot roundabout and opposite Furniture City. Call 020-252-5855 or 050-984-7123. City Ceramica. Find it, love it, buy it.
So experience the excellence and global recognition of a British education combined with convenience and affordability at Lancaster University, Ghana. Expand your horizon and elevate your career prospect with a British degree delivered right to your doorstep. Apply now and embark on a transformative educational journey that will shape your future. Admissions are currently open for the October 2023 intake. So for more information, kindly visit lancaster.edu.gh. You can also contact us via email at admissions@lancaster.edu.gh or call us on 0302 218 989 or 0209-607-008. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
So yesterday, we all heard on the news Priscilla making a life or death appeal to government to save her. 6 hours later, we heard she was dead. This tragedy happened here in Ghana. If you want to understand what it actually feels like, listen to the voice from the grave of Priscilla herself, and then listen to her mother explain the aftermath of losing her daughter and all the potential she represented.
The doctors told me I have to be on a machine, and I have to be on that machine either twice or thrice a week. And my mom and dad do not have money either. I want the government to support me so I can live to fulfill my dream of becoming a nurse.
No, sit down. What did she really say was wrong with her? No, sit down, because I know.
If I show, or mine, into doctor, I say, no, I say, the kidney I say.
So the doctor said that the 2 kidneys were all not functioning. Nti bosom is saying na odi or dialysis no so machine no so.
The partial bosom there say come I are starting with there. The bosom na na de to asibie no so no. Ka de mirror. Ka de mabobi. Ka na mabobi papa. This year Namboy a chain boy yakoko you know. Until you say aka 40 million as I say me kokotua ansana more the body no ade amai na ya de aba abi say Namboy isiada.
Na we di adwuma nkasa.
Mpa chaw me adwuma bia ku adwuma ya na meye. You kun so nya adwuma onso sa me nya ya kuafo ye duadua ne sa anu so yi bia ni ka sen bia ni. Nti yare no kuampo no eka ana bisi amako boba nyankopɔ boa ɛhwɛ me hu na mba betua no bi rampa kyɛw enye sika ketewa ne bɔne din na wɔtwe bia mfa sɛ nyankopɔ bɔne sɛ wɔte apo na doctor yi ya nka doctor sɛ nka na wɔtwe bia nka yɛbɛkɔ doctor mu hɔ implenu nti implenu no so no saa sɛ 3 days 4 days no nka 10 million ɛho adura beto aka ho no enka eba a wahye me bo ahye me nkwa se sai adwuma wei e na opese wo ye a waka ama man se nyina atibi na akoba ne seye na eka so di manim eka di manim no me ba me na ma de se nyina se ase ma aba asote se ne senara sai ya ne nya yare a eda fo man senka nka iskafo mpo nka senka sai yare no kono mu de mu uska mu tun ade asa na sai ya ne ni bi na wa hwe nka sai na watu bia me be tua more than 20 something million ni sraban ni sreno ebi ko to gem sreno sai won hwe no ye hu bibi maye a saa asudie na ukwaye do beto so no ebo no be kofom amasami fa so obi o tese me mobroni o tese me ebi be kan no ana se ne bi hie bi ana abusuam bi also otune ni nipa ko ayasa bi ho a obenya saa ayaresa.
There's a place
It's just heartbreaking. That's all it is. It's heartbreaking. But we have to have this conversation. The nation needs to confront this shame and ensure it never happens again. How do we do that? Let's find out together after these messages.
The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, in partnership with the Ministry of Transport, presents the International Driver and Vehicle Innovations Conference 2023 IDVIC. The IDVIC 2023 will bring together renowned experts from across the globe to discuss and explore the emerging trends, regulations and innovations in the road transport sector. The theme for this maiden conference is The Future of Road Transport. This conference will take place on the 10th of October 2023 at Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra. Time 8:30 a.m. The special guest of honor for this conference is His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the Vice President of Ghana. The keynote speakers for this conference include Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, African Union High Representative, David Ofosu-Dote, Senior Partner AB and David Africa, and other sector experts. For registration, please visit us on idvic.dvla.gov.gh. DVLA, your safety, our concern.
Come with me. Bask in freedom. There are no deadlines here. Hurry so you can take your time. The sunset from above. A visual buffet. Pictures capture moments. 100 conversations don't exhaust the tale of your new favorite filter. The salt of the sea warm on your dark skin.
I would love to come back here. A truly immersive experience is our reality. South Africa invites you to summer with us. Create your own story with customizable experiences now. Visit southafrica.net. It's never too late to summer in SA.
Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana right here in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and 50% scholarships to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless opportunities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our October 2023 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us on +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park. On our arrival, we were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through an orientation on how best to enjoy the experience. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the Eco Park. We saw zebras, sable antelopes, crown cranes, maras, silky chicken, emus, wallabies, deer, ponies, and so many animals. We watched the animals roam freely in their natural habitat undisturbed by our presence. Our tour guide told us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing. Then we took a break to have lunch in the beauty of the open space. All of this fun and activities for a starting price of 250 cedis, and it's free for children below 6 years. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before our sunset dinner by the campfire. We've had a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait to visit again. Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
this. We're going to talk about the young Priscilla, who should not have died, but she did. Can something good come of it? We'll see. Before we get into that, though, listen, something to brighten up your day, particularly my day, because I'm very happy to tell you, Winston, that you are now the only one who hasn't been to Safari Valley. You are now the only one.
Well, not officially. Not officially.
Okay. What do you mean?
Well, I'm the only one on this team who hasn't been to.
No, for the avoidance of that, I think the clarity that Sami wants to put on this one is that some of us went to work,
others went to sleep.
Yes, so it's different. So me too, I've not been there officially. Yes, I want it on record. Yes,
so okay.
Sami too has not been there officially.
Now,
the queue is now longer.
Sami Odame actually, the last time he got in touch with me, he said that, Winston, because your wife and my wife celebrate their birthdays on the same day, we must take them to Safari Valley Eco Park. So that is something we must do for them. But because my birthday is in November, it will be an appropriate time.
Fine. Because they are not going to wait a whole year.
No, Sami Odame's birthday is in June. It's past.
Oh, very far.
And the wife's birthday too is in between yours
and past. Mine now is in November. Yes. It's only a month away.
This excuse.
And his wedding anniversary is 19th November, 3 days after my birthday. So that's right on course.
What kind of Machiavellian? Anyway,
the corners this is passing.
Anyway, this is what awaits you when you go there. Okay, zebra, sable antelope, llama, wallaby, fallow deer, Patagonian mara, so many other amazing species for your enjoyment. You can feed the zebra as well, so it's great fun. And all it costs is about 250 Ghana cedis starting price for a day trip. And of course, if you have children under 6, it's free. So my boss will go for free.
Yeah, sharp.
All right. Well, listen, Safari Valley is only an hour's drive from Accra, and the Eco Park is open from 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. every day. Go to Safari Valley Eco Park with your friends and family today for the thrill of a lifetime. For more information, go to safarivalleyresort.com. Check out Safari Valley on Instagram or call 059-691-4394.
So I have some delicious news to share with you today. Imagine a biscuit made from real cereal packed with wholesome oats and grains containing less sugar. This biscuit is not only a treat for your taste buds, but also a nutritious option for all ages. Well, I'm talking about the McBerry Breakfast Cereal. McBerry Breakfast Cereal biscuit can be enjoyed at any time of the day, particularly at breakfast, with any beverage of your choice. It's delicious, nutritious, and affordable. It's made with whole grain oats packed with fiber and real cereals with less sugar. Worry no more. With McBerry Breakfast Cereal, your kids have the perfect snack they can take to school. Beware of imitation. Remember to go for the original McBerry Breakfast Cereal biscuit and start your day with a smile. McBerry Breakfast Cereal, goodness for your morning. And this advert, LPM, is FDA approved.
That's right. Okay, so you're welcome to the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Okay, here are a few tips to keep you safe as we go through this journey to safeguard our digital lives together. So, 1. Use strong and unique passwords for all accounts and devices. Raymond, so your passwords should not be password, okay? 2. Enable two-factor authentication like biometrics, one-time password, and so forth, whenever you can. 3. Be cautious of emails that are crafted with sentimental wording. These could be phishing emails. 4. Keep software and applications vulnerable free by installing up-to-date patches. 5. Avoid using public Wi-Fi to connect for sensitive activities online. 6. Secure your personal records on social media with privacy settings. Report cybersecurity incidents promptly to the Cybersecurity Authority by dialing 292. This message is brought to you by the Cybersecurity Authority in partnership with the E-Crime Bureau with support from the Pan-African E-Commerce Initiative of GIZ, funded by the German government.
So we talk about water all the time. In fact, life without water is impossible. But what do you really know about the water you consume? With Vena purified water, you not only guarantee the pleasure of satisfying your thirst, but also a shot of water that is purified using a series of filtration, reverse osmosis, UV sterilization, and ozonation to meet the standard quality your body needs. With over 100,000 bottles consumed every day, Vena Purified Water has gained acceptance as the #1 water brand in Ghana today. Now, with every bottle of Vena water you consume, you directly contribute to impacting lives through the Vena Changing Lives initiative. From its orphanage project to drilling of boreholes, surgery payments, and payment of fees for brilliant but needy students, Vena Purified Water continues to support many beneficiaries each year to change their lives for the better. Share the love, get a bottle of Vena Purified Water, and enjoy the pure, refreshing taste. Vena Purified Water is recommended by the Ghana Medical Association. Vena Purified Water, changing people's lives, and this is FDA approved.
Now it's October and the sales at City Ceramica are ongoing. Like I told you, you can get up to 50% off selected items like quality security doors, jacuzzis, tiles, and all sanitary ware. You can go to City Ceramica for your notable high quality brands and get up to 50% off selected items. You can find City Ceramica on Spintex Road, just 200 meters from the Flower Pot roundabout, opposite Furniture City. You can call 020-252-5855, or you can try 050-9847-123. City Ceramica. Find it, love it, buy it.
And Africa World Airlines is celebrating its 11th anniversary and has introduced a new mobile app for passengers. The app allows users to book flights, manage reservations, make payments conveniently. It's available on both iOS and Android. And the airline expresses gratitude for the support of its passengers over the years and looks forward to many more memorable journeys together. For more information, you can reach their call center on 0242 438888 or call toll free 0800 200 200 or visit their website at that's flyafricaworld.com. Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching the world.
Okay, all right. Listen, this conversation is important. Okay, this young girl should not have died. But she, like thousands of other Ghanaians, is facing a horrifying perpetual lifestyle. I mean, just imagine it for a minute. Imagine that you have a disease and you are told that in order to stay alive, you need to be hooked to a machine 3 times a week. But it's not that simple. You need to earn your place on that machine because, first of all, there aren't many of them. Yeah. Secondly, that slot will cost you up to 1,000 cedis. Every time. That's 3,000 cedis every week. That's 12,000 cedis every month to stay alive. Who has that? Whose salary is 12,000 cedis every month? And even if it is, don't you have family? Don't you have children? Don't you have other things to pay for? So who in this world can afford it? I mean, in this world, in this country, can afford that? Who? So in order to stay alive, you have to go through the shameful, embarrassing process of calling people. Friends, family, strangers, begging them for money. Each time, calling them back again. Time after time. Hey, I'm going back. Oh, what can you give me? Complete loss of dignity. After you've lost your job, obviously, because I mean, if you are spending 3 days of the week on a machine, what job can you hold down? Your strength is waning, your health is, you're getting all kinds of side effects from the loss of your kidney function. All of this is happening to you, and the people who were supposed to make the decisions that will prevent you from falling to this end, as for them, when they are sick, we fly them abroad. The people who were supposed to make sure that they don't tax the life-saving consumables needed to keep you alive. As for them, when they need when they have the smallest cough, they fly abroad to cure it. They don't feel your pain. They don't even know you are in pain. And this thing, it doesn't only affect the sick person, the whole family. They all have to be making the calls. They all have to be calling round and begging. to save your life. If this was any kind of respectable democracy, any kind of civilized society, we will be scrambling to pass a law to ensure that such a horrible thing never happens again. The girl is dead. And guess what? They are holding her body ransom. They will not release the body to the family unless they go and pay the bill of 4,000 cedis. After we have failed to keep her alive, we are also holding the dead body ransom. That's the Ghana healthcare system.
Compounding the woes of a family that's supposed to be grieving, and a family we are disappointed gravely. And that, to me, is the most painful part. It's not that this is not happening. It's the fact that she pleaded with everybody on TV to come to her aid because she doesn't know whether she will survive the next day on that machine, because they can't pay for it. Children her age should be more concentrated on studying, and we're told consistent that she missed school twice a week to actually do this. The troubles that we as a society we go through to provide for kids, children her age should not be going through that trouble to think about how to get money to pay for her what they call it, medical bills. And that's where we have failed as a people. And no matter how you see this, it's not a sign of a progressive society. It's not at all. And I'm saying that, I mean, yeah, this happens to other people. We've heard all the adults in these stories doing. But there's a reason why we generally tailored our laws to protect children first. There's a reason. The idea is that grouping is most vulnerable. They've not reached the point where they can work for a living or do other things, and we cannot impose these responsibilities on them. Not for them to even think about it in the first place. It's shameful that we can let this happen in the 21st century, when others are doing so much more within that space. They have advanced in a way that makes a lot of sense and are seeking to improve the conditions there. And when we started these conversations, it sounded to some people like, oh, well, what's the big deal? I mean, people go on dialysis all the time. You could hear them. Some of them say, oh, well, I mean, they will increase prices because things are going up and all of that. Then we kept saying that, you see, you're not getting the point. By merely even maintaining at this rate, there's no way some families can afford. Then they also brought in the conversation that maybe we should look at the preventive side. Then we brought in the conversation that no, it's not everybody who are the lifestyle contribution to their condition. So you should understand that this is a bigger problem than we have seen or trying to portray it. It's just the usual way we do our things in this country. We basically pretend to care, pretend to fix things, and yet the real things don't happen. The real changes that we all want to see, it doesn't happen. If it did, and Kwame Saponasi explained not long ago, that we spend more than countries like Liberia, Sudan, and even Rwanda. Yet their health outcomes are better than our own.
Look,
at some point we should query that.
Yeah.
And know that we could have saved this girl's life if we were putting the money where it's supposed to be.
And for me, there's a reason I want to involve the president in this. If we can play that sound again, there's a part the girl says, Mesra binding the yuri.
The president and his wife.
And you see, that's very, very important. She says, now let's just listen to, Priscilla.
The doctors told me I have to be on a machine. And I have to be on that machine either twice or thrice a week. And my mom and dad do not have money either. I want the government to support me so I can live to fulfill my dream of becoming a nurse.
Okay, so Mesre Abang, Winnie. So I'm pleading with government, and once she brings in you and your wife, you can understand where she's coming from, because there are a lot of people, the government seen as the president, but she brings in even the wife, and it tells you at that point in time how the little girl needs help. So it's even appealing to all of us, our emotions, including that of the First Lady. This issue, Kojo, you made a point, should lead to a reformation in our health sector, a transformation. I mean, we just don't have to sit down today and have this conversation. I mean, I am saddened. Look, for all of us, we can, and I mean, who've lost a loved one, just think about it 1 minute, how it feels like. And I say this thing, and I can understand even the pains that the parents will go through, because today happens to be the birthday of my late brother. And I won't even pick a phone and call my mother, because the moment I do, she's going to remember that, oh, she lost a son who was born on this day. It's been 16 years. But even as a family, you still would remember the pain associated with it. Imagine the state of that woman. Imagine a health insurance authority. Okay? A health insurance authority. People who need help the most are dying. And consistently we have to talk about arrears before the National Health Insurance Scheme would go settle its arrears to service providers. In the past, we've had strike, we've had a return to cash and carry, then we will go and make payment. It is unthinkable in today's Ghana, 2023, that we cannot you cannot pay for the cost of dialysis as part of our health insurance. It is unthinkable. And one of the things I would want to see happening today is immediately reviewing the sicknesses and everything on the National Health Insurance Scheme, and including this immediately. Look, when we were reading Kwame So's message that he sent, he talked about how we should even create the designers of the National Health Insurance Scheme, but for politics, it wouldn't be in the states. What they wanted, for instance, because, okay, for those who are contributors to SNIT, they are paying, and those persons, their quality of life is better. That's the whole idea of an insurance. So a lot of them have work-based insurance schemes, and so may even resort to their, employment-based insurance schemes, and will not resort to the National Health Insurance schemes. So the whole idea, together with the, NHIL, get 5 insurance entities or companies to provide these services. And when it is realized that you are not doing the right thing, after 5 years, I can now say, look, I am with Raymond Insurance. Raymond is not taking good care of me. I'm going to Kojo Insurance. Raymond Insurance now is aware that if I do not do well, if I don't take care of those who are registered with me, people would leave the service. Why is it that, but for politics we said it has to be the same for everybody, let's just leave it like that, the state would manage it because we thought the state was going to be better at managing it. Today the evidence on the ground is suggesting the state is not better in managing it. My point simply is this: we cannot continue in this way. We cannot continue. We must end this whole thing of consistently chronic diseases. We don't want to take care of it, but when it comes to the usual,
things that most people can actually afford to pay for.
Yeah, and let me end on this note. Even the politics we play with the National Health Insurance Scheme, the fact that you have a lot of people assessing it, oh my goodness, Ghana.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, when we come back, we'll hear from you, okay? And just before we go, I just want to make this one very quick point. At some point in 2017, very soon after the NPP won power, Parliament passed the Earmarked Funds Capping and Realignment Act 2017. I remember at the time, the finance minister said that, look, it's important for them to pass this law so that funds that have been earmarked for specific purposes, like the NHIL, can be used for other purposes when government sees fit. So basically, government wanted to be able to take the money we've paid for our healthcare, for example, and spend it on a cathedral, for example. They wanted to determine what the money we are paying for our healthcare will be used for. And Parliament passed this in 2017. one of the first things they did when they came into office. And what have they used these funds for? We want to hear from you. We want to talk about this all and figure out solutions together when we come back from these.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Better bet to play together. iBet.com.gh. Play for fun, enjoy the game. iBet.com.gh. Join today on a bonus spending. iBet.com.gh. Come together, make we play. iBet.com.gh. Say see a betting. Yes, simple. Games are hold on. Yes, simple. Pay out in so. Yes, simple. iBet man. Yes, simple. Correct us, quick cash out, free bonus. Today. Correct us, quick cash out, free bonus. iBet.com.gh.
Together we play. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years. Gaming can be addictive.
The 11th West African Clean Energy and Environment Fair, WACI 2023, takes place from the 18th to the 19th of October 2023 at the Grand Arena, Accra International Conference Center. Be part of the interactive sessions on clean energy, water, and circular economy. This two-day festival brings together West African and European industry experts, plus a showcase of exciting companies and the latest innovations from Switzerland, Austria, and Germany. Immerse yourself in insightful workshops on waste management, Ghana's decarbonization efforts, and circular economy platform on plastics and e-waste, organized by GIZ. WACI 2023 is organized by the Delegation of German Industry and Commerce in Ghana and supported by the Konrad Adenauer Foundation. Media partners City FM, Joy FM, and BNFT. Entry is free. For further information, visit waki.net or call 0242 438 760.
By popular request, I'm inviting you to join Latina Travel and Tours on a 7-day prayer pilgrimage to Israel. Be prepared to be baptized in the Jordan River by our special pastor and also pray at the Wailing Wall. We will visit Jericho, Bethlehem, Tiberias, Nazareth, and many more enchanting holy sites that will linger on and on. You can choose and register for any of the following trips. First trip, 15th to the 22nd of October 2023. Second trip, 19th to the 26th of November 2023. Rate $3,600 single per person and $3,200 double per person. Package includes visa, flight, hotel, tours, and many more. Call and book your space now on 0244-260-789 or 0558-120-400 or visit Latina Travel and Tours at Alisa Hotel, Northridge. Media partners Sunny TV, Sunny FM, and Joy FM.
Come with me. Bask in freedom. There are no deadlines here. Hurry so you can take your time. The sunset from above. A visual buffet. Pictures capture moment. 100 conversations don't exhaust the tale of your new favorite filter. The salt of the sea warm on your dark skin.
I'd love to come back here. A truly immersive experience is our reality. South Africa invites you to summer with us. Create your own story with customizable experiences now. Visit southafrica.net. It's never too late to summer in SA.
Introducing Pick 4 from Game Park Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# to play. Game Park Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
Joy, Joy, Joy FM. I love this station.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love.
Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7 FM.
Really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. ways to get there. If you care enough for the living, make a little space, make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me.
You're welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. I just got struck by a rather macabre thought during the commercial break that in these hard times, when you can't really go and ask anybody for money, the big fear now is that there might be families living below the breadline who will have some of their members, their children, developing kidney failure, and somebody unscrupulous in that family might consider actually ending that child's life just to avoid the debilitating cost of the treatment. Oh God, may it not happen. May it never happen. But that's where we are headed if we don't find solutions to this. We need to hear from you. Call us 0302 216 541 055 1111 997. We're talking about the dialysis crisis ahead of the thought leadership program that is happening here on your super station from 5 to 7 p.m. this evening. All right, make sure you're a part of that. That's the big conversation, and these are just in the run up to it. So call us 0302 216 541 055 1111 997. Latina Travel and Tours says that you can go either to Israel in October and November for 7 days, or you can go on the CalBank Women Banking trip to Turkey and Dubai from the 11th till the 16th of October. You can go talk about business sectors like pharmaceuticals, agriculture, cosmetics, furniture, fashion, construction, medical equipment, and so forth. There are limited places on these trips, so call Tina now on 0244 260 789. Isaac James is on the line from University of Ghana. Isaac James, good morning to you.
Good morning, Reverend KY. How are you?
Hey, this is Reverend Pussy, I'm afraid. I'm very well, Isaac
In regards
James.
to my neighbor, the ancestor, and
Isaac
my
James, good morning.
Raymond.
Yeah.
Raymond, I asked him to share pictures from Safari Valley Eco Park. He didn't share it.
His battery was dead.
Okay, in fact, KY.
Yes, sir.
It is so sad in this country how we do things, and you see, we treat the politicians like they are some kind of gods, and the rest of us are their servants who have to run at their voice. Because you see, we have been saying time without number that the money we contribute for NHIL should go directly to them all the time. Why should you use the money to do something? Even if they are using the money to do something better, that will be good. But they are just wasting the money. I mean, on cars, putting the money under their beds and stuff. I mean, we are tired of politicians in this country, KY. Frankly, I always say, and I'll continue to say that our biggest problem in this country today is these two criminal organizations that call themselves political parties, NDC and MPP, because you can see clearly that they don't have any better plan for this country. All they do is they come and make noise for people to follow them and vote for them. At the end of the day, they will go and steal our money and let the people die. Why? Why can't we support the vulnerable in society? Meanwhile, we are paying taxes day after day for this cause. For this cause. What are they using the money we pay for? My heart is so, I don't know. I am so sad and I'm angry at the same time. What kind of country are we in? If we don't want to change, I'm telling you, these politicians, they will regret. Because, let me say this for the last time. Everybody or the politicians should know that life is not about what you take when you live this life, but what you leave behind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Isaac James. Let's go from University of Ghana now to Jowulu, where Kofi is standing by. Kofi, how are you?
I'm fine.
All right, if I can have you lower the radio or walk away from it and just listen to us on the phone, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Kofi, we're dying to hear your thoughts.
Today, I mean, it's a very emotional topic that you have picked up today. And, it's something I always talk about, the fact that we don't take care of our children. I mean, this country, we don't have a future if we don't take care of our children. Everything that we have done, it goes to show that we think more about the adult population than children that are coming up. Everything. And when you have a health system that has to, that doesn't take care of ourselves, particularly for children, then it becomes very, frustrating. And I don't blame, I don't want to mention it, but the people who keep $1 million and things under their bed, I will do the same, because I can't think of having to, struggle if it happened to my son. So it's frustrating. And, gradually we are descending into that abyss where everybody thinks that, look, take care of yourself, because there's no system. And yet there's all these people who came to us with so much promise, saying that we will do this, we will do that. And we held that. We are highly skilled people. We can't go into that avenue where we would go and say, hey, we are also going to start packing resources into our bedrooms and in our bathrooms and all sorts of things. But to what end? So, I mean, I don't even know how I'm ending this thing, but really, it's sad. And I feel so sorry for that family. I just hope that, something good comes out of all these conversations.
Kofi, thank you for sharing. Isaac is in Tema. Isaac, good morning.
Oh, good morning, my boss.
My chief.
Good
How's
morning.
Everything?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good
Isaac.
morning. My
Yes,
brother,
good
in
morning.
fact, I'm so saddened. You see, this is a complete failed society. And we are paying this common fund for MPs. What do they use the money for? Can't we put that money into emergency fund and we use it, let us say we use it only on children? You see a mother carrying a child and crying on the TV, and people have got millions in the home. What society is this? And we go to church and we pray, we contribute. Imagine this small girl calling the whole nation to contribute. We all kept quiet. Imagine we were in the church and the pastor asked us to bring 1,000 each, 200 each. My brother, what will happen? In fact, this is a first society that if we don't take care, God will never forget us for this little girl's death. But I pray that God will forget the whole nation and we all change our mindset. In fact, Ghana is a failed society, to be honest. My brother, thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. Thanks for calling. Our very own Bishop from Asante Mampong on the line. Bishop, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you?
Well, I've
and
been
the
better.
Team, our award-winning team.
Yes, that's right. Well, we've
Kojo,
been better. Thanks for calling, Bishop. What's up?
Yeah, Kojo, the first thing I want to say is that today is Teachers' Day. Happy Teachers' Day to all teachers, my colleagues.
Yes.
For trying our best for the country. But is our best enough? Is our best recognized? Let me come back to this dialysis issue and health issues. Kojo, are we really a country? Are we really serious as citizens? Our leaders really serious when they have their manifesto, party political manifestos, had some thematic areas on health, on all the other sectors, and people are dying day in and day out. I feel sad when I memorize this lady's voice on your network 2 days ago, 3 days ago, playing, and today only to wake up to be told that she is no more. May his soul rest in peace. I think people have to put things in place so that such people will get medical treatment free. It can be you, it can be me. I mean, what are we looking for in this country? The money, the corruption, and the rest. And we get the money and our people are dying, and we say we want to retain power or want to come to power, whom are we coming to rule? If all citizens die because of health issues that can be prevented, that can be solved, Kojo, God save us.
God save us, Bishop. Thank you for calling. All right, let's take one more call. This is Daniel in Sumanya. Daniel, good morning.
Good morning, TY.
Yes, sir.
I am sad. In fact, today my heart is melted. It can be, this thing can come, it can be anybody. We are not special, but there are three things I want to touch on very quickly, if you permit me. In fact, this country, we have to be careful. We are number one, we are hypocrites as a people. We indulge these politicians because they bring our own money to us. They enrich themselves on our backs. Then they stab us. At the end of the year, they bring little crumbs. Then we vote for them. When they are even cough, cold, they fly away from this country to whatever, outside, to go and take care of themselves because they don't trust the hospitals. They don't trust the healthcare that they are formulating for us. They don't trust it. And we indulge them to do that. I don't understand this as a people. Look at our roads. That is killing us. Just look at the traffic. When they are passing, we open the way for them. Ping pong, then they pass. So when they go to their cabinet meeting, they never think that, because that is never occupies their minds. You see, traffic does never, they don't suffer from traffic. So traffic does not, then you see, for them, they are so okay. The health system, they don't suffer it. Traffic, they don't suffer it. Their children, their wives, and this, and they enjoy health care outside. And we, the people, we indulge them on that. So what are we saying? What kind of people are they? Are we animals? And there's one last thing I want to touch on. The hypocrisy aspect of our lives. Look at it. When the NDC was in power, you can see that so many things didn't come to the table as an issue. It is when this government, I don't care if you brand me, but when this government came to power, so many things that were not issues as at before 2016 has become issue today. And we are people, when they want to touch on it, like the first caller, they don't say, look at when you mentioned you started this in former President Mahama said something. We should remember he said that the government should take care of this thing. We don't talk about it, and we are putting it. We will not even bring it out, and then we just lump all of them. When MPP is doing something that is bad, it is politicians. But when NDC is doing something bad, it is Mahama that is doing it. What kind of system are we building? If NDC is doing something, it is NDC. When MPP is doing something, it is politicians. We should stop that thing.
Thank you, Daniel. Thanks for calling. Thanks to all of you who called, from Bishop, Isaac, Kofi, Isaac James, all of you who are tweeting. We appreciate your input very, very much. This conversation continues this evening from 5 to 7 p.m. live on Joy News and on the Joy on Joy 99.7 FM. This is an all-important conversation. The dialysis crisis is an avoidable crisis. It's a fixable problem. Shouldn't even be here in the first place. But by God, we are all going to add our voices to get us out of it. So let's do that later today on these networks. All right.
to help those that can't actually afford. And hitherto, the disease pattern, and even if you do have enough, it is still okay to still get help, because it is a disease, and the treatment and then the other cost that comes with just the medication, not just the medications, but the total package is quite expensive for most Ghanaians to bear. And so we are asking that you come on board, come and dance, come and have fun, but don't forget your wallets at home. Come with that, come with your checkbooks, because we need to raise funds for this worthy cause and protect the men and women of Ghana who suffer from breast cancer.
Such a worthy cause. Now, of course, the reason why Pop Chain is so popular is in part because of the music, the era from which this music comes. And I'm so glad you're here with us, Mama Doll, because this is an era you quite understand, you know. And when we listen to, Cosmopolitan Mix, and you decide to take things all the way back there, some of the music, I mean, the quality just stands the test of time, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed. I mean, but like Billy said earlier, in as much as we're playing a lot of music from a certain classy era, we're also trying to bring it forward so that those who enjoy, everyday Afrobeats and regular R&B will just mix it all up. It's going to be a nice mix, but it's going to be good.
So it's a modern day records night.
But of course.
I love the sound of that. Okay, so let's talk a bit about what we can expect on the night. First of all, how much will it cost us to get in?
Well, it's 150 Ghana cedis, and tickets are going to be available very shortly at almost all the usual spots. You can buy tickets at the door, but we would encourage people to buy their tickets in advance. Because as you know, old school parties tend to get pretty packed very quickly. So I would encourage patrons to. We're going to open the doors at 7 a.m. and then show
PM, you mean?
7 p.m. I beg your pardon.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind.
7 a.m. at 7 a.m.
I wouldn't complain at all. Why not?
So
with my toothbrush.
Yeah, we're going to open the doors at 7, and then literally by 8:39 the show kicks off.
Fantastic.
And like I said, we're going to have 4 DJs from various schools battling it out, but all within the realms of entertaining the crowd and giving them a good time.
Fantastic.
Something different, something fresh. And people love to dance. And let's face it, our age group and generation, there are very few places that we can go and have a good time.
It's true.
So,
which generation is that?
Oh, she says which generation is that?
Bele was in secondary school with Pharaoh and
But anyway.
So I mean, it's going to be exciting. Great food, lots of drinks. Come with your friends. Let's have a good time. Build networks, and more importantly, let's donate towards a worthy cause. We are trying to help the less privileged. The DJs, we're all doing it for nothing. Dorin's a very expensive presenter.
I can't afford.
Yep. Exactly.
We can't afford her.
So for us to give our time, it's our way of contributing to help the less privileged in society. And because, like Doc was saying, cancer treatment can be damn expensive.
It can.
And that's why the whole concept of early intervention, and that's why we did the road shows, the outreaches, to as much as possible identify people who are showing the initial signs of cancer and give them the necessary interventions. As a result of what the outreach that we did last year, there are some members of society. There's one particular clinic who has basically said they are going to, the 9 people who were identified as needing some major interventions, they are going to deal with them free of charge.
Wow.
And this is expensive.
It is.
It's expensive. So there's a lot going. And as there are other programs we're going to be doing as a build up to, and we will share with listeners exactly what's going on. And breast cancer is not only for women.
Yes.
Men, 3% of men also contract breast cancer. So it's not just a woman's disease. It can affect all of us.
Absolutely. That's why we all care about it so much. Now, of course, this is part of the amazing stuff that the Rotary Club of Accra Airport always gets up to. You know, they are always looking out for people to help, and that's why Joy 99.7 FM is always pleased to partner with them for Pop Chain and other activities. But of course, our new partner is Gold Coast Restaurant and Cocktail
That is
Bar.
correct.
What can you tell us about them?
Well, first of all, the place is big, so it can accommodate a lot of people.
Yeah.
I did a recce over there. They have got an amazing sound system. They have a huge dance floor. Restaurants that can seat a lot of people. So they are also bringing to the table their resources, their infrastructure to support us in trying to achieve those goals. So I think we're going to have a good time.
Tell everybody where it is. Which part of
town?
town?
It's exactly located behind the police headquarters. Police headquarters, near Reggie Rockstone's place.
Yeah. So the center of town. Really.
It's in the center of town. Yeah,
all
You
right.
can't miss it.
You can't miss it, and there's loads of car parking opportunities along the road behind the venue. So come along. Let's have a good time. Some of us have been hiding at home for too long.
COVID kept a lot of us at home.
Oh boy,
It's time to break the chains.
It's time to break the chain. Come out, let's have some fun. And more importantly, one of the things that Pop Chain always does is it brings together friends you haven't seen for ages. The camaraderie, the competition, the fun. It's a great place to be.
I think it's also a good time for all these old school platforms to come together, get their teams together and say, hey, let's go support our own. Let's go, reminisce and have a good time and support a worthy cause.
Yes. I, of course, will be there rooting for you, Mama Dor, because,
of course,
you represent my school. That's right.
Love.
Action, Uncle Tsing.
Action, Uncle Tsing.
We'll be there.
These Augustine's boys.
Oh, these investment boys.
These boys.
Have you started already?
These Kotokraba boys.
Mobile all the way.
Oh, well, all the way to Kotokraba.
We're going to have a serious
You'll be thrown into the sea, so don't worry.
Well, please, we are the only school that is a beach resort. So the sea is part of our campus. The sea is part of our campus. If you push us into it,
you will be thrown into the sea.
We will have a fantastic time together.
There you go.
Well, nobody is perfect. Anyway, thank you so much, all of you, for joining us this morning. You've been hearing from Paul Ankra, Uncle Bele himself. He's a member of the Pop Chain Planning Committee. He was here with Nana Abuaja Sare, who's a pharmacist, and of course our very own Mama Doreen Ando, of whom we will be hearing a bit more later this morning, right, on Cosmopolitan Mix. But of course, before all of that, let's take a moment to say thank you for tuning into the Super Morning Show. It's been our privilege to bring it to you. I can't say that it's been one of those touchy. It's been one of those rosy, kumbaya mornings. It's been a bit more emotional, but for a good reason. And this conversation about the dialysis crisis, is going to get much deeper this afternoon from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. this evening, actually, from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. on Joy FM and on the Joy News channel. Make sure you're a part of it. Until then, though, keep listening to Joy. And on behalf of the whole team, thank you for joining us on the Super